Welcome to the Wolf Den 808. I am Clay. I'm joined with two of my players for the Legend of the Five Rings Knight of a Thousand Screams game. I have SR2 Joker and Legacy Game Mastery. I'll let them introduce themselves again, whatever they want to plug here shortly. But we're resuming this. Our third player is unable to join us, so we'll just continue on with everyone's consent. That is what we'll do. So I'll turn it over to Kyle, and he can do his thing, and then I'll pass it to Andrew, and then we'll get started. Kyle?
Yay, as he said, I'm Kyle with Legacy Game Mastering. I am playing Akoto Masao. He is a Lion Bushi working his way in towards being a Akoto Kensai. And he is currently without status, but with this Night of Terror coming up, he's hoping that he can gain enough status back to where he can at least have his children come back with him. Because right now his children are being raised by his brother because, well, yeah, that's a world thing. I'm not going to get into it. I'll bounce it back to Clay there.
Andrew?
Hey guys, I'm playing Kenpachi, Hide Kenpachi. He's a Crab Bushi and an Emerald Magistrate.
Very good. Where we last left off, they were at the Orange Blossom Inn discussing things about the crane and the festival, the Bond Festival that is happening this evening. Starting to get dark outside when they were interrupted by Hiyoko, the daughter of the, excuse me, sorry about that, the daughter of the unicorn host. Looking through the wind, the broken door, excuse me again. Looking through the broken door, they found an Oni attacking three crane merchants, tearing them up. Two are dead. It looks like he's about to finish off a third when they are about to respond. So we'll begin the game there. And we can roll for a niche. Unless you guys would like to do something as you see this. Remember, the rest of the patrons are quite shaken and scared where they are sitting. This is in the main room. You guys are off to the side in a small, think of a party room, a small area for a group of 10 or more.
Okay, I'm rolling. Yeah, definitely going to roll initiative for sure.
Sounds good, and I will do the same.
Okay, my initiative is 22.
Yeah.
Okay. What is yours, Kyle?
30.
Okay, 34 is the top initiative order. So as you guys
stances. We gotta go stances, right?
When I go to you, go tell me what your stance is when you is on your turn. What you guys see is this Oni, just like in the picture that you see there, has one of the crane choking the life out of him, a dead one before him, and one backing away in cowardice. You see the Oni just tear into the one, almost popping the one he's holding his head like a zit. His head falls down. You see the Oni kind of smelling him like Jeepers Creepers movie, and then he kind of drops him. He notices the three of you from that window as you guys appear to be standing up and doing your different things, making noise as everyone else has stopped. And we'll go on to the lion at 30.
Okay. I'm gonna go into defense stance, which will up my target number to 30, and I'm gonna bull rush the actual Daisho stand where my weapons are, and I'm not even gonna go after my Wakizashi at this point. I'm just gonna go straight for my katana, and I'm gonna draw it because that should be all I can do. That should be two simple actions right there.
Okay, good job. You're able to do that. Now, imagine you're in this large room. It's got 6 tables facing each other at both ends. two rows of three. You made it to the doorway where your stand is. You notice that the stand has been broken as this creature's been just terrorizing inside for a few moments. It took you to realize he was there. Pick up your sword and you're ready to go. That is your action. That is where you're at. So you're on the opposite end of the creature. The creature is in the middle of the room, in the middle table where the crane were eating and discussing things of the day.
But unfortunately for them, I can't kill it without a weapon.
Okay. Next is the crab.
The two kanjis that I have there stand for jump and strike. So let's put that to the test. Battle stance, and I'm gonna run right at that Oni, and I'm gonna jump and try to drop kick him. So I'm doing the raises I need to try to knock down a large foe.
Okay, for him you'll need 2 raises.
Okay. So the check for this is going to be.
You don't know his target number just yet, so.
But no, what's the actual roll I'm doing?
It's going to be jujitsu.
Yeah, you're going to be doing jujitsu. I was going to say it should be jujitsu. And jujitsu is agility, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to be agility jujitsu. You're wrestling with him.
3, 4, 5.
Or you're striking.
Come on, baby. All right, I'm going to use a luck point to reroll that.
Okay.
Ooh. 38, 45, 52.
You successfully hit him. Go ahead and describe what you want to do.
Okay, so that picture you said is accurate, right, for what's actually going on?
Yep.
So I run and I'm going to like jump over that it looks like a table that's broke underneath of him, and put my feet together in a jujitsu move and kick him square in the hip and topple him over.
Okay, with that, I will need just a pure on air ring roll, reflexes.
One explosion. 15. So that's a 32.
You're good. You're able to land where you're not piercing anything. You're crushing yourself with your armor. With that, go ahead and give me a strength check. It'll just be your base strength for damage.
Okay, base strength is 3. No explosions, so 14 damage.
Okay, 15. With that, I also need from you an earth roll.
Oh, thank God. Thank God I put those points into Earth. Now don't screw me. Come on, baby.
Just drop kicked at Oni. You don't get to say that.
19, 26. Okay, so that one's a 33.
Okay, with that, you notice your body rejects the taint. And in your mind, you think, you just don't know. But you know that your body rejected the taint.
And can I yell something after I roll?
Yes, you can. You know what you want.
I'm going to yell back at Yoko, and I'm going to yell, Yoko, remember who you are. With a slight threat there that she better not drop her masquerade.
Okay, it's her turn, and she'll nod, and she'll looks like she's doing a guarded stance at the broken doorway, the soji screen at her feet, in her nice, elegant unicorn kimono, and it looks like she's going to guard the father who's just run in and the daughter. Nowhere to see the mother. Other patrons are just awestruck and not moving. Back on top, you notice that the Oni is on the ground. Are you on top of him, kind of wrestling with him? Did you just drop kick him and you kind of Val, how did you go about that?
Imagine like a half-assed Jackie Chan roll. So like when I kick him in the hip, I land and then just kind of roll next to him. But I'm like really fucking close to him.
Okay, he kind of turns, and what he's going to do is he's going to claw at you. And let's see what he can do.
Because he's higher than me on initiative, my TN is just 30.
Okay, his first claw misses as he kind of looks at you, and just think you guys are laying together almost like intimate lovers as he looks over and tries to claw you with one of his talons. He misses you, and he's going to try to do that again. Frustration on why you're there. He misses you twice. It's frustration. You notice the pustules on his back start to bulge, and he shoots one off. It just seems to pop. Think of a zit popping and that mucus inside shooting out over towards the lion. Before you, lion, as you see this thing, it's almost like a rocket out and falls before your feet. The sack breaks apart, and you see this creature. Think of the creature from Spaceballs at the end. Not really an alien of sorts, but almost a clone copy of the Oni itself, except for arms and legs. It has spider-like tendrils, and it kind of pops there right in front of you and looks up and is able to act. And it seems to go for you as well, Mr. Lion.
Hey, Andrew, are you still hearing feedback on my end?
No, it's Clay has like a little bit of reverb.
Okay, well, the reason I was asking is I didn't realize it, but my freaking microphone was pushed up by my earpiece. That would definitely cause it. And Clay, I'm still considered in defensive stance until the beginning of my turn, right?
Correct.
So I'm still at a TN 30.
Okay, so he's going to act. I'm sorry for the reverb. I don't have a headset on me here. For the next one, maybe we'll shoot for next week if you guys are cool with it, or the week after, but I'll have all that stuff set up. So here, onward with the attack. Over. $32, sir.
Son of a whore. That's going to hurt.
And as he leaps up, just think as he leaps up going for you, and he bites, and he comes in and he finds a crevice within your armor where he can bite into really deep and does 17 points of damage. With that and his bite and his infection, I need you to give me an earth check. Just a straight earth roll, it does explode.
I'm going to spend a void to reroll.
All right.
Much better. A 12 is bullshit, dude. But you got a 21 working there, Clay.
I see you. So you're able to do it, but you feel right where it's at. You kind of feel it. Think of a cramp that just kind of happened as you feel it pulsating within you, but your body's able to shrug it off. That was a 3. This is 1. Okay, we are now at you, Lion. You see this little spider-like creature. It's got the same 3 glowing eyes, just like its mother.
Yep. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to declare that it does not get its target number bonus from any armor, including natural armor, because of my Akodo school training. And then I get a plus 1K0 because it's the first time I've attacked it in a skirmish.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. I think I got to look at something. I forgot what my katana rating is here. So it's 9K3 and 9K3 with emphasis. No modifiers. Okay, I got a 23.
This little thing just skirts away as your blade comes almost really close to one of its legs. Okay. And it just looks up at you, and its tongue sticks out. And you see the slime and probably venom that it has dripping from its mouth and its finely little teeth.
I'm going to make a very colorful lion curse at that.
Alrighty, sir. You make your curse at me. He looks back up in, almost like he's laughing at you. It is your turn, Ida.
So this sucker's turned his back to me, right?
No, basically, just like in the picture, this pustules are on his back. So you guys are kind of like two lovers laying in bed. You're kind of laying and staring at each other. You're kind of crouched over, like you stated, but he's kind of laying, looking at you. He's got another 9 on his back, and you can see these pustules, just kind of egg sacs with these little creatures inside. You can barely see through the fluid, and he's just kind of looking at you. Look like he's going to ready attack you. Go ahead and give me. It would be an intelligence, or you can do investigation, perception, investigation, if you'd like.
Yes, sir. Okay, let's see. 13. All right, so that one's a 20.
You succeed. You notice that the hit that you've done is faded away, as if it wasn't ever there.
As I expected. Now, I'm seeing in my mind my Tetsubo is on the other side of him, right? I can probably like pan over with my eyes and see it leaning against like a broken daisho.
Your Tetsubo is kind of buried underneath because it was kind of leaning to the side. It's too big a weapon to be actually on the rack. So when the rack was broken and all the swords were there, just by luck, the lion sword was on top of the rubble, but yours was not. Your sword is buried there, and your Tetsubo is underneath the rack, the actual main part. So you'd actually have to take an action to dig it out.
I am down now. I want to take the closest route to get my Tetsubo. Would that be going over him?
Correct. On where you're at, you're more towards the end of the inn, of coming down towards the doorway you're at, and you see that the lion is at the actual doorway to enter the inn, and he's where the rack is. So yeah, you'd have to kind of go over him. He's large enough to cover the area.
No problem. Well, I hope. This is where Kasada's military boot camp comes in, I guess. I'm going to leap up and look at the Oni and then look at my Tetsubo buried by the junk, and I'm going to try to dive and roll over the Oni to get to it.
Okay, go ahead and give me agility plus athletics roll.
Okay, athletics, agility. Ooh, that actually helps me. That's even better. 4, 3. I got 2 explosions on that. Not great. 32.
You're able to succeed.
Okay, now can I grab that as the rest of my action?
No, you succeed leaping over, and it'll take you. Yes, you can. That's part of your move. So yes, I'll allow that. So you can pull it from the rubble if you wish.
Yep, I'll start digging it out.
Okay, that's you. Back to Yoko. Go ahead and give me. Just give me a D10 since she's your Yojimbo, and let me know if you roll under 4.
God damn, I got a 1.
You start to hear chanting coming from that area. You're too focused on digging out, but you hear it, the low, and you hear the woman's voice that you've been with for the last, I'd say, year.
Yoko, you have some splaining to do.
On that, some of the patrons are fleeing past the lion, and everyone looks concerned. Before we get back on top, you see the innkeeper is just panicking. You see his wife kind of rush up to him, and they just don't know what's going on. He's looking at everything, and he's like, "Oh my, may the fortunes protect this creature." And he sees you getting it, and Master, thank you. And he's like, "Oh shit!" And at that, you see the Oni rise, and he faces you. He's going to move over now that you're together. So picture this: you pulling out your Tetsubo, and you're kind of bending over to reach down. You pull it out, and as you successfully do it, and you're behind the lion sees this Oni just kind of walk over and just giant his minion, and he's looming over you. You can see that shadow of the light and the different lanterns kind of reflect as the sun is going down. And the Oni is going to, now that you have a jade weapon, is going to come at you, and his minion will still continue to go after the lion. So we will do the Oni first. Oh, come on. Does a 53 hit you, Mr. Ida?
Let me check.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, it does.
Okay, so this
Did
is
you
what
really
ends
have
up
to ask
happening.
that, Clay?
I'm just stating because you can see it on the thing because I don't have dice with me. So you see them curl one of his taloned hands, and he is going to reach. And you notice that he needed to do something. He's adding extra effort, i.e., doing raises. And he backhands you just as you kind of stand up with your Tetsubo in your hand. And think of any of the martial art movies or like Ninja Turtles when somebody just gets backhand and they fly backwards. So you're going to take 20 points of damage as you kind of come clean through the wall. Now, think of this wall because you're an inn is built with thick wood, and you just kind of barrel right through that wood. And you find yourself on your back. And outside the inn, on where you're at, is think of a nice sand garden that's nice and decorated. And as you land hard down, and you poof, and your head hits with your helmet, and you kind of stand groggily, you look over, and there's a small panda. He's kind of smiling down at you as you look over. And he's kind of looks like he's giving you the thumbs up, but he's a small stone statue.
I will groan very loudly. Oh!
And upon seeing that, and upon seeing the lion and his minion handling it, you notice that the large Oni kind of turns back to the one crane that it hadn't killed. And this crane is at the far end. Go ahead.
A quick question, Clay. My armor reduction works on that, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay, I just wanted to double check.
By the way, Clay, I screwed up last attack. I'm supposed to get 2 attacks for every round because they're simple actions now.
Okay.
Far too late for me to make up for that mistake last round.
We can ratify it this round. So your armor does take the blow, but I do need an earth roll from you, there, Crab.
Okay. So my armor reduction was 10, by the way, so 10 goes through. And here's my earth roll. 20 on the nose.
Okay, again, you don't notice anything. Okay, the Oni's turn. You notice as the Oni's walking back. Think again, he's going back to the back room where that crane crawled away from. And you see one of the, you don't know if he's Edda, but probably some of the health and probably some of the patrons kind of walk by him, and the Oni just rips him in half. Just one claw right down from tip to stern, just ripped in half. Another one walks by, and he kind of grabs him and crushes his head. And this crane is just almost in tears, trying to get away. And you hear, no, no, no. And that is the Oni's action. His minion will attack the lion again, kind of and he will attack the lion.
You eventually got to roll poorly, Clay. Yay!
So he just scoots by and misses you with his bite.
Which
It is your turn, lion.
I get to curse at him. So I'm going to get to return Reptos at him. And I'm going to take the first, as he's kind of coming past me, Clay, I'm going to bring that katana. Is going to come down right at the arm. I'm not actually making a called shot, by the way. I'm just
no worries.
That's how it's going to look. He didn't call any raises or anything, did he?
No, he didn't. He just attacked you.
Okay, again, he does not get the target number boost from his armor. $37 going to whack it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so good. Okay, got to remember damage on this thing. So it's strength. 3K2, so 6K2. Ah, God, I'm having a hard time doing this tonight. What the hell? Ah. 16. And that'll be the first attack. I kind of bring my katana down, and I'm gonna, with that blow, I'm actually pretty sure I caught it center mass, or ram my katana through it, and then I'm gonna rip. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it back out. I'm gonna try to kill it off.
Okay, sir, go ahead.
Okay, I'm definitely hitting it again.
Yep.
22 more.
Okay, you are able to kill the beast.
So can I narrate real fast? I promise I won't do a long narration here. So I'm gonna, as I pull that katana out, I'm just gonna swing it back around, and whatever discernible head the thing has, I just cleanly remove it.
Easily done it. And then almost like a creature dying of acid, it just kind of almost disintegrates into a pool of blood, ichor, and taint.
Oh wait, I took two simples. I can't move backwards. Never mind.
Okay, the lion has finished as he looks around at his victory. Go ahead, Crab.
So what's that was the actual Oni, right, that he killed?
No, he killed the little minion, the little pustule that was on his back.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. Now how far is the Oni away from me?
Within movement, if you want to stand up. You'll suffer a -1 to your overall actions if you're just going to stand up and kind of charge in, but you can make it easily within your movement.
Can I change? Do I announce a change in my stance right now?
Yes, you can.
All right, I'm going full attack.
Alrighty.
And yeah, I'm getting up and I'm fucking going for him with my Jade Tetsubo.
That's the way to do it, Andrew. That's the way to do
it. Okay, so
I'm not trying to get you killed.
Oh, don't worry about me. 6. So my Jade Tetsubo and full attack is going to be 10k4. Woohoo! Christmas. 35 and 44 and so 53.
You successfully hit the Oni.
Fuck yeah.
Diverting his attention from the crane.
3. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 4. Roll some damage. 13. Ooh. 47 damage.
Dude, when that starts happening, all I could think to myself was, I hear exploding dice. Lots of exploding dice.
Okay, you smack him really well. That was 47, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And he just, blood is leaking from where you struck him, and he looks mad.
And I'm going to spit, and I'm going to say, let's see you regenerate that!
Yeah. And it is it's Yoko's go. You don't know what she's doing. The chanting is still continuing, but very low. We're leaving. Back on top, the Oni. The Oni now turns. Where you struck him hard is just crushed. But again, the blow did not land as good as you thought. Did lots of damage, did land, but you know that it should have done more. And you see it kind of sizzling, and your jade tips are a little blackened at the very, very tips. Nothing to damage or hurt your weapon, though. He will go. You will pop off 2 more little pustules, and he will strike you. Mr. Crab, since you are in his way. Pustules fly over your head and land at the doorway again. at this time, you also hear coming lots of footsteps, booted feet there, Lion.
Okay. That's fine with me. At the beginning of my turn, I'm actually going to go into full defense if I hear people coming. Let me give you that roll. And I got to remember what the roll is real quick for my defense. 5K.
Again, same.
I get
Oh, go ahead.
7. I'm getting additional 7. So I'm
Yeah.
going to stand in the doorway where the booted feet are coming up to try to prevent these 2 little pustule things from getting out the door.
Okay, I'll allow that. It's still the Oni, but yeah, I'll allow you to do that.
No, I'm sorry. I thought we had switched up to me. My bad.
No, it's still the Oni.
Okay, that's fine.
So the Oni, Mr. Crab.
Now,
Go ahead.
realize too, Clay, that my TN is 20 now because I'm in full attack. So just a reminder.
Yeah, I realize. So the attack roll is 56. I did more raises this time to do something else. Mr. Crab, what I need from you is 2 things: an Earth roll,
Okay.
and I'm also going to need a. I'll give you acrobat or athletics. So, yeah, I'll give you an athletics roll as well.
Okay, my Earth is 24.
Okay, you succeed. This time you're feeling it, that feel of taint, that feel of corruption, that just that sickly feeling. You notice it's coming, and you notice that it goes away. Go ahead and give your other roll.
And you said you wanted what? It was athletics agility?
Yeah, I'll give reflex and athletics. Reflex.
Okay, reflex. That's what's the same. Okay. Okay, so 28 for reflex athletics.
Okay, you're able to do that. But what ends up happening, the massive amount of strength in what this guy did, his next backhand, instead of clipping you and making you fly backwards, makes you kind of skyrocket up. But instead of just coming through the floor and the damage that you take, you hit you hard enough, you're going to take an additional 7 points, but this is separate damage from the 24 you're taking from the blow of his hit. You come careening through the actual flooring to the unit upstairs. And as you get up there and you crash through the ceiling and you land, boom, it looks like you've gone through a mat, a tatami mat. It looks like you went through a little stand. And as you look around, you are in darkness except from coming through the hole. It looks like that from the angle and everything else and the other buildings that are kind of blocking the windows of this area. And it's kind of dark, but you see silhouettes of another sleeping area and a silhouette of someone laying there. And then you wake up and you hear, "Oh!" in a man's like voice. And that's where you find yourself, sir.
Okay, and that, just for your record keeping, Clay, that puts me into nicked.
Okay. I'll let you guys monitor your own, but just tell me when you guys change. Very good, sir. The pustules. It is their turn. They may not come there. Stupid. Sorry, my other computer's acting up. My little pustules are going. First one leaps up at you, Lion. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let me cancel that. I'm not used to rolling this stuff on the screen, so give me half a second. I imagine a 14 misses you.
It does indeed.
And we will go again. It looks like as they're trying to leap up and get you, as they're taking action to do so. But this one is going to bite your foot twice. If he can actually succeed. $25.
On the dime right there.
For 15, I need you to roll your Earth Ring, sir.
I have a feeling I'm about to take some paint here.
You can roll void if you wish to add to the number or re-roll.
Actually, I can add my honor rank to any one roll in a combat. I'm going to do so here and make it a 21.
Okay, again, it seems that the fortunes are not on your side as this little thing bites into your leg right above. It just kind of crawls up like a spider and bites into your ankle. And you feel the taint coursing through, but upon your honor and your thoughts of your ancestors and what your mission is, you're able to pull through. You are not tainted.
Okay. I'm also at grazed. By the way.
Grazed. Okay, this should be okay. With that, pustules go. We are to you, Lion. It is your
Which
turn.
I already told you what I was going to do. I'm going to go full defense, stand in the doorway to prevent these things from escaping, give myself +7 to my defense, which puts me up to a target number of 32.
Very good. And you are able to do so. With you kind of facing that and kind of using your situational awareness, next round, after this current round, you notice as you look back coming down, you see about 7 individuals coming down the thoroughfare of this street. Again, where you guys are at is you're right at the edge of the dock area. Very nice area, very nice inn. And you've been here long enough, you get enough information that Thunder Guard are here, the actual militia of the city under the Shiro are coming. And they're moving quite quickly, but they won't be here for another bit of time. Crab, you also hear this as well as you're facing, you're upstairs and you hear just the commotion and people yelling, "Oh, evil, help!" What are you going to do, Crab, as you're upstairs?
My plan is going to be to ignore that and wait to jump back down on the Oni.
She's going to kind of wait.
Yep, like fucking,
It's
like
your turn.
Batman.
Okay, so you're going to take this round to wait then. Stalk over there. Okay.
It's,
Let me know
well,
when you'd like to go.
I mean, it depends. Can I, like, if I go over to the hole, can I see him attackable right now?
Yes. The hole is large. You are a very large individual. You're heavy than your others. It's a massive hole.
Okay, sorry. For some reason, I was thinking I'd have to like climb down through it. I can actually like jump down through.
Correct, but if you do so, it'll be an athletics roll to make sure you land correctly and not like put too much weight on your like knees or land on your ass. So if you're gonna leap down on him and you don't care, I'll give you the attack. But if you're trying to do it where you land before him and strike, then you'll need to make an athletics roll.
I'm gonna jump. I'm just gonna jump down on him and not care.
Sounds good, sir. Reckless. What's your stance?
It's gonna be full attack again.
Have at it.
Okay. 1, 16. All right, I'm gonna use a luck roll.
You mean a void point?
No, I mean a luck roll.
How do you get luck? You have the lucky
He's
advantage.
got lucky. Man maxed out lucky, so.
You know, okay, yeah. He's smarter than I am.
17, 31.
I'm a prodigy. I don't really care what he thinks.
All right, my attack is 49.
You successfully attacked the Oni. You're just hitting, yeah? You're not call shotting or doing extra damage with your raises, yeah?
Correct.
Okay, go ahead and give me the damage roll.
It's going to be AK3. 2. Come on, something big. 1 explosion. All right, so that's 30 damage.
Fucking stupid, Clay. I should be rolling more than that to attack. Kaijutsu or Kenjutsu is my skull skill, and I get a +1 K0 for being a prodigy.
It happens. But you remember that next time. What was your damage there, Andrew?
It was 30 damage.
He's hurt, but again, those blows are just not landing as hard. And you know, what the fuck? Jade is supposed to do something. You know, this isn't supposed to happen with your training. He just seems to take it. You hear the chanting kind of stop, and out rushes Yoko, and it looks like she's got like a table, like part of the table that was broken. It looks like she's going to attack, but won't be able to do that next round. You see the Oni kind of stare. You see his two little minions kind of staring at the lion and what's going to happen. The Oni takes a deep breath, and then leaping, launching itself through the hole that you made, it leaps up, and you hear it crash through the ceiling above this room, and you hear a stomp, and then it's no more. There's nothing down as it calms. You see its two little ones break away. One appears to go after the lion. One seems to go and try to attack you, Crab, and you hear coming from the one coming after you, Crab. I don't think it's going to do much, but we shall see. Does a 30 hit you, Crab?
Yes.
And 4 damage, I don't believe that gets to your armor, correct?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, his second, does they get 2, say, run around. Um, 25 with his second as he kind of climbs up your leg and bites you into the calf,
All right,
finding a nick in your armor.
we're gonna see some blood on that one.
That thing's pissed off, dude.
Okay,
I
so
think it looks like he's going for the crotch. It looks like he's trying to find a path through your armor to your crotch. And I need an earth roll.
okay, so that puts me down into hurt. Okay, earth roll. Ooh, that's a good earth roll. That's a 36.
Okay, don't worry about any possible taint. Mr. Lion, don't
Okay,
think he's going to have a greatest chance getting you. It's little girl. He's going to leap up and try to get you.
Yeah. So it's still a 32 for now.
Yes, it is.
I'm just making sure because so much going on. Make sure we get the right numbers in there. Oh my God! He actually missed me.
Does not get you, and it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm actually. Yeah, this thing pissed me off. I'm going to go into attack mode. I'm going to go in and smack him really good. Is a 26 going to hit it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and spend my second void point for damage here. Play to get an additional 1k1 with my katana.
Okay.
Oh, you got to be kidding me! 14. I rolled the extra damage. Only got 14 points.
Okay, you smack into him, and he just seems to take the hit. He's bleeding out some.
But I get a second attack, which is good. So let's try that again. Okay, I'm definitely going to hit him on a 29 if I hit him on a 26. For 16 more.
And you squish him. You go ahead and describe it if you wish.
This time, instead of I kind of probe him with the first strike to get him to jump back, and with the second strike, I kind of almost reverse grip, and from prow to stern, I just cut it straight in half. And there's now 2 oozing piles.
Okay. At this point, Thunder Guard have made it to the doorway. They were assessing the area, and one Shishiro dressed in the red and black with the scorpion looks like he's kind of coming up behind you, but not close enough for you to strike him if something should be occurring. He can't really see with you blocking, even with all the damage. Yoko kind of drops the club, notices that you're hurt, and on the ground, Hida, and she goes to you. It looks like she might be casting something. I'll let you respond, but it looks like her hands are starting to move, and her lips seem to be opening.
I'll say, don't do it. There's people watching.
She realizes that and kind of stops. Notices the little creature, and it looks like she's going to cast again, but is waiting. You notice a little creature notices her kind of approach, and he kind of scurries along between the two of you. And as he gets there, you just hear him kind of, and that me gets louder and louder. And what I need from you guys are earth rolls as he explodes.
I'm really out of tricks here, Clay, so I'm going to have to.
You're out of it, Kyle. You're out of it. It's only between.
Okay.
It's the little one, and it's. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's just between Andrew and Yoko. I got to find.
Oh, great! I wasted a roll of 10 on something crappy. I didn't have to roll on.
22, Clay.
Hold time. She makes it. You both make it, but Yoko is looks like her kimono is splattered in goo and starts to sizzle. And that's when you kind of notice that your uniform is like covered in just pock marks of acid kind of burning through it, but it's still holding up. But you notice that it wouldn't be dress right dress or presentable if you were to go see someone of higher station. You look like you've been through a battle. And the Thunder Guard, stop! Just yells out in authority, one guy, stop! And you kind of hear the clanking of armor as they're kind of putting a small perimeter in front of the door. Unless you guys are going to attack the Thunder Guard, that is the end of the initiative phase.
I'm not going to attack, but since I've kind of cast aside my sheath, I'm going to actually take my katana, and I'm going to find something that I can wipe it on, because I'm not about to put this on my kimono or on my armor, even if it's a rug, and then I'm going to slide it through my belt for now, just to hold on to it, so I'm not actively armed when they come in.
Okay. What are you going to do there, Crab?
Now, the Oni went out through the roof, right? He pulled a fucking sod.
Yes, he did. As you kind of stand up from down below and you look through that hole again, you see another hole further up, and you kind of see the dark clouds of the rain that hasn't arrived yet that you smelt earlier, and the shadow of the night approaching. And that's when a small little face pops up, and you see a woman. Can't really tell. You just see that face and the hair dangling down, and she looks down at you, and you're kind of looking up at her. You're big enough to. She's probably a good 2 or 3 feet from your face as you're looking up, as she pulls away.
All right. Thunder Guard trying to bark orders at me. I'm standing up, wounded with my Tetsubo, and I am turning to the closest Thunder Guard, and I'm shouting, under the powers given to me by the Emerald Champion underneath the Emperor himself, you are conscripted.
The guy that was kind of barking the orders kind of looks blankly at you, and then just you notice that he's embarrassed himself by not recognizing the Emerald Magistrate colors, nor the Topaz Championship, knowing who the Emerald Magistrate of the city is. Yes, Emerald Magistrate-sama. What has happened? And he's kind of barking around, looking at the dead. I mean, it's like a slaughterhouse in here.
There was an attack by an Oni. He went out through the roof. We need a perimeter, and we need to check the top of this building immediately.
Of course. Hi. And he starts barking orders to some of his men. And he kind of steps forward, and another one, probably his Chewie, his lieutenant, kind of comes in, and they're talking to others. And at that point, as you've cleaned your blade, they're lying, and you're kind of assessing the situation, Crab. The remaining Crane has collected himself. He comes up and, thank you. And you notice that your host is crying over. You hear tears actually from him as he's kind of crying over his dead daughter.
The lion is going to be a sad bit insensitive here, but he's also going to be following protocol. He's going to pull both him and his wife away from the corpse because she's now very likely tainted.
Okay, and you're pulling away, and they go, and he's kind of collects himself as now he notices he's being watched, and his old training kicks in. Mm-hmm. Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
And I'm going to give a very. I'm giving him an extremely somber look because I've been through something very similar. Not exactly, not Oni murdering my family, but kind of similar, but losing a loved one. And I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to give that slight look to the crab and see what we need to do to begin the process, because we've got to get this body out of the way before it taints somebody else.
Right. So I will nod and I'll turn to one of the two Thunder Guards, the higher ranking ones that are speaking to me, and I'll say, we need to get that perimeter up, like I said. We also need to get some people down here to clean up. It's very likely some of these men are tainted.
Of course, says one. Yeta, who normally handle this, are on their way to collect the bodies. We assume such after the commotion and battle we heard. And the screeching. Oh, the screeching. And you notice that some of his other men have rushed off, but some are actually questioning some of the patrons here. And that's when you guys notice, as you kind of have gotten together, and you notice that your host is kind of putting you in another area, a table that wasn't damaged, and kind of sitting down and bringing what little is left of possible sakis. You notice he's distracted. Look at my place, my daughter. And they're talking. That's when the crane kind of approaches the two of you. He goes, thank you, magistrates. Again, not looks like he can't tell under the gore underneath the armor of one of you, and is assuming the other. My brothers and I were just simple merchants. We hadn't done anything to gain the immunity of an Oni. I've never even been to the Shadowlands. And he kind of looks back at all the blood and the spots and everything of where the little Oni were, and the hole in the ceiling. It was awful. 10 feet tall. Did you see it? And he seems to kind of get his voice starts to pick up some of the other Thunder Guard. They're looking around, and they actually start to question the two of you, even though you're the Emerald Magistrate and kind of taking over. They are still the magistrates here, and you guys kind of have that shared jurisdiction, even though you supersede them. And you hear, my name is Juzo, Doji Juzo. He's telling one of the guards, and it looks like that he's addressing all of you. We just bought gifts for the festival. We just brought them down to receive payment, but oh my goodness. And one of the guards says, what is it that you're selling? He goes, just fireworks, masks, costumes, noisemakers, nothing questionable, nothing.
Clay, would I recognize this guy from the gate at this point? Getting this
close? No, neither of you recognize him really around. There's enough militia here that you may not recognize it. It's not the same. Merchant, nor this is actually Crane. He's flying Crane colors, Crane Moss. And the Sashiro doesn't look recognizable. You, Emerald Magistrate, even you, there's enough magistrates here. Every little clan's got one. So you never really run into this. You know that he's a captain, and the lieutenant, the Chewie next to him, is the one that seems to be documenting and listening in.
I'm going to give another order to the Thunder Guard, see if they actually follow it. I'm going to say, we need to get a hold of the Jade Magistrates.
And he kind of breathes out deeply and says, yes, we will send runners.
I'm going to recommend that I write a letter to my family, because they have to know what's happening. My brother sent me here and put his very reputation on the line to get me here, and the first thing that happens is I get assaulted by a creature of darkness. And,
yeah, Kenpachi will say, of course, you're now part of an Imperial investigation. Do what you think you need to.
So I'm going to turn to the innkeeper and his wife and see if they can lead me to a different room, maybe even, where I can sit down and write a letter. And also, I'm going to offer to make them a very strong tea while we're at it. Because all of us can use it.
Hamitsu says, thank you, and that's the innkeeper. Thank you. Let me lead you this way. and probably 10 or 15 minutes have gone by between all the orders and you guys kind of filling in the Thunder Guard and the questioning when he leads you both, the Chewie and the captain, out over to another room. Now think of this place as having areas on which private parties can be held. Yours are in the upper right hand corner. He leads you to the lower right hand corner where another room is set up. It's very beautiful. Again, it's very unicorn in treatment, but very relaxing. And he opens the Soji screen up and leads you guys in there. And he says, "I'll bring refreshments and some food. I imagine you guys have much to talk about." As he looks at Shishiro, he bows to you.
Sorry, Clay. I'm going to suggest Jade Tea.
I'll do what I can, but as far as that is a little too pricey for me. But we'll see what we can do. You notice that also, Crab. You know that Yoko may have some, and you have Jade in order to provide that element. But you, the Thunder Guard officers, are let in, and as the door is kind of closing, a man steps through as you guys are seated. And at the doorway, you hear a crash as Hamamatsu comes back with your tea. He bends down quick to retrieve it. Rice and sake are along the ground. And as he reaches back up and you see the silhouette of this man, you notice that you're sitting down with the lieutenant, the captain. The Emerald Magistrates plus the magistrates are kind of going over what happened. You're informing them, they're informing you. And Hamamatsu kind of stumbles and he's like, what the? And he turns back, and as the silhouette comes forward, you see another man pop through. And Hamamatsu says, "I am so sorry, Doji-san. I am so sorry. You startled me. Please, let me assist you." And walking through is a 20-something crane, full-on appearance. Not the appearance of the crane you've met before, possibly quite related, but stepping through is this other crane. You all know that he is a doji by what Hamamatsu stated. Crab, you notice that he is the High Magistrate of the Doji family, the Hamamatsu, the advisor of the Doji Daimyo. This is his magistrate. Walks through. You notice that the hour of the rooster is beginning, getting darker outside, but he walks through. And he kind of stands there and excuses, no, innkeeper, that is not necessary. He removes the hat he was wearing through the rain, the straw hat, and he looks at you all and bows deep enough as you are seated. And he says, it looks like I am late. At the same time as that door is open and the lion has been started to write his letter, you notice that Edda have appeared and have begun gathering the bodies. And also another dignitary of the crane is taking the weaponry and personal possessions of the crane. Again, you both know that in this matter, family members would come to gather the dashios and other personal items and take them probably to the estates of the crane so that it can be delivered to the family of the individuals. He says, as he bows again, and he's about to introduce himself, and quite rudely, the lieutenant, trying to not be underscored, goes, my Lord Magistrate Oroku-sama, it is a pleasure to see you again. And again, just for a brief moment, you notice his face kind of crinkle at his eyes. But he smiles, that lazy crane smile, and says, "Of course, the pleasure is mine." And you turn, you know who he is, Crab, and he's kind of waiting. He's addressed you all, so he's waiting for your response.
Yeah, I'll stand and I will return a deep bow and to say, Hida Kampachi.
Your reputation precedes you, Hida-sama.
And he's going to get I'm not going to give him a deep bow at this point because I don't really know who he is. But I'm giving him just enough respect and introduce myself as Akodo Masao. And welcome him into this meeting. And basically, I'm going to give him courtesy rather than respect.
And he shows the same to you after the individual bows. He says, I will introduce myself to those not knowing who I am. My name is Doji Oroku. I am a crane magistrate under the service of the Doji House. Word got to us, again, probably between all the cleaning and getting down and everything settled, a good time has passed. And I've come to collect possessions of what occurred and to investigate this matter as he looks at the crab, at you, Kumpachi. I humbly ask for the assistance of the Emerald Magistrate and for the lion who so diligently protected my clansmen.
Of course, we'll provide whatever aid you need. Have you been caught up completely on the situation?
No, please fill me in, and that's when he takes his seat. Amatsu, your unicorn, comes in and he gives you guys some rice, some fish, and some sake. And you notice that when you drink it, it's quite bitter. Doesn't taste the best, and you can feel the granules of the jade powder that was put inside.
Now, Kimpachi will recall the events that just happened. I won't say that he brags, but he will paint his Nakoto's actions very, very heroically as they were. I'll make sure to add a little bit of flair in there as I'm telling him about our encounter with the Oni.
Okay, we'll need an oratory roll. So, go ahead and give me. Let's do a courtier check.
Courtier, and I get Bentons for this, correct?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Hey Clay, if we're taking tea, Sarah, if we're taking tea, can we gain back one of our void points here, or should we wait on that?
Actually, that's a good point. As you guys are taking tea, Yoko will perform the ceremony unless you guys would like to do it.
No, that's fine. She can do it. I have one rank in tea ceremony. I'd like somebody who's better at it.
Courtier was 26.
With your courtier role, you are able to impress the doji. Let me roll the tea ceremony. Tea.
You can bet that the drop kick featured prominently in the story.
Dude, I'm so glad I have performed oratory because at this point, I'm totally telling this story to everyone we meet.
Okay. With that and the tea ceremony, that takes about 20 minutes. I mean,
that's fine.
But with this and the result that she got, Lion, what sticks out to you because you've done this quite a bit and you've been shown by probably some masters, is this unicorn performs the actual tea ceremony, but not like you've possibly seen. How old is your character? You're pretty old, yeah?
Yeah, I'm in my late 30s. I'm actually 30. I'm getting there.
Okay, then you notice that she's not doing it like a stereotypical uniform, but she does it almost flawlessly.
Yeah.
And you guys are able to get a void back.
Hey, void. I could use that later.
Okay. So you've explained what's going on and you've talked and he's, nodding. Mm-hmm. You guys are getting some glory in that. He asks a few pointed questions about the Oni. Who are their targets and yada, yada, yada. And as you guys are explaining, interesting. Well, we must look into it. They did attack some Edda, some of the townsfolk, but primarily it seemed that they were interested in my kinsman. I think we should, and you hear, and the soju screen kind of being ripped open, and you see a dirty little kid, probably not more than 7 or 8, kind of just pull across. He's breathing heavily, sweat beating down his face. The crematorium. His eyes are white as if he's seen horror. Bandits attacking the crematorium, trying to steal the bodies. bodies are being taken. Please, Samurai-sama, help us. My father, help. And he passes out almost. You notice that his eyes are fluttering in the back of his head, and just out of it. And he falls down unceremoniously. Nobody seems to be getting up except the innkeeper in the background kind of rushes up and his wife. But the Chishiro don't get up. What do you guys do as you hear this?
Part of me says that we need to go help. Part of me says they're dead bodies, so that's a really bad magumbo jumbo, kind of thing. But I'm going to look across the table and especially at the Shishiro and ask if they won't even protect their own people. Very poignantly.
Ooh. As this slap across the face goes, you see that Shishiro Ren looks, and he kind of actually studies you now as you say that, and he kind of looks, see what he can roll. What are you displaying on your armor?
I'm only displaying the Lion Clan Mon, not my family Mon.
Do you display your school Mon?
This is true. So, which would be my family Mon, either way.
Okay. He looks and kind of sneers behind his mask, and you see that his mask looks like it's just black cloth with red silk borders, and it's got the kanji sign for silent in the center in red. And you notice that it moves, but nothing happens, and his eyes crinkle a little bit. Of course, we always look after all, but the crematorium, for those that are not in the know, housed the dead of all clans, Lion included. I would hate for the bodies of your clan to be rifled with and not go into stops where they belong. And he kind of then turns to look at the Emerald Magistrate, totally just shutting you off from looking at you, and says, he's not breathing hard, and he turns to you because you are the apparently authority. But again, it's like jurisdiction. You're the feds, and he's the local Leos, and he has rank.
I'm going to tell him at that as he points out that it's all clans and there's a risk there. Kenpachi will stand up and he'll take his Tetsubo, and I'll say, well, given the circumstance, I'm deeming it of imperial interest. You want us to go check it out?
As you stand up, you notice that Doji stands up as well. Oroku stands and says, yes, my kinsmen have just are there, plus other bodies. It would be dishonorable for us not to stop what is happening. Bandits, and he kind of stops, or other things, as he kind of looks at now that the door's open, the kid's laying down, and no, everyone's ignoring the kid, but he looks at the kid and the acid splashes that are around the damage, something's afoot. Let us go. And you notice that he just easily, like an eel, like a bird through the air, kind of glides through everything, and he seems to be picking up the pace. How fast are you guys going to move? The guards, you notice that Shishiro Rin is the name that he had given you. Says, "Oh, we'll finish closing down the scene, getting information. Unless you require more help, Emerald Magistrate, some."
No, I need a moment though with my Yojimbo.
Well, I'm going to stand up. I'm actually going to limp over to the remains where the Daisho was, and I'm going to root around until I find my Wakizashi and my katana sheath, because I need both of them.
I kind of assumed you guys did that when the battle had kind of ended.
Yeah, that's fine. Either way, at this point would actually be more appropriate, because right after the battle was trying to make sure nobody was getting tainted and everything else.
Okay. So as you get your stuff, you kind of gimp over, and you're wanting to meet Yoko. The inn is kind of cleared, and Yoko, now noticing that you're really hurt, he looks at you. I'm not focused, but I can help. She looks at the animal magistrate as the Soji screen kind of closes. You guys are back in that room because you want time alone.
I'll say,
And the lion is there. She kind of pulled him in, you could say.
are the lions still there with the two of us?
Yes.
Yeah, she kind of is addressing his wounds as he kind of went and got his dojo, and probably he hadn't been excused, so he kind of came back to kind of meet with you, kind of as you're kind of the higher station, higher being one. The others kind of dismissed themselves and left. Innkeeper took the boy.
Kenpachi will say, I should be out in just a moment, Kodo. I need to have a private conversation with my Yojimbo.
With that, he's going to get probably the deepest bow he's probably had all night. And I'm going to politely open the doorway and politely close it.
Okay. Well, cutscene's there, and as you are alone with Yoko, and Yoko looks kind of pissed off. And kind of that, yes.
I'm going to say, if you can do something to help, please do it. My insides right now feel like ribbons.
I thought crab were supposed to be hardier folk. And then she catches herself being as someone might be outside. You guys' banter comes and says, of course, but... And then she looks really concerned when you say that. But what of the Kokoto? He's limping around. He needs to be helped as well. How do you wish me to proceed? And she kind of looks like she's pulling a few things out.
It's not to the point where we have to worry about the Yokota yet. But if it gets there, if it's life or death, we need to tell him the truth and you need to help him.
She bows low. And then she'll proceed to, you see her kind of pull out a scroll and kind of recite what's going on, raises her hands. In her hand, you see jade, some jade powder, and she kind of grinds it into where your flesh has kind of been open. Those blows that you took was able to like bust through your armor at locations, not hurting the effect of the armor, but exposing the skin. And she puts that jade right up there. And again, you don't feel a burn that you think is associated. You don't know if you're tainted or not. And she starts to think, and you've just looked down and you see the jade dust start to move. It's blowing in a wind that she's kind of controlling. And then it liquefies a little bit, and she enters in, and you're able to get back 15 wounds.
Ooh, very good.
She says, I can do that, but again, it is not something that I have studied as thoroughly.
It's good.
I will save the next for the Yokota unless you are on the brink.
Yes, please do, and good job, Yoko. You managed to hold your composure very well back there. I've seen many a crab that would have taken it less well.
Our stroll through the Shadowlands geared me a little more than I was. I am not as naive as I was.
Indeed, you've made me very proud. I wish there was more time to speak of it, but we must hurry.
At that, she does ask you, she kind of points to your pouch.
You want one of the jade fingers?
Yes, being as I used what I had for part of the tea ceremony and trying to save the girl's life.
Yeah, I'll grab the full jade finger and give it to her, which leaves me one jade finger that's like one out of 3 use left.
Okay. You notice that she reaches in and she pulls out the remainder of her jade dust. And she works a little bit on that and kind of making that paste that she, or that what she used on you. But again, she saves it. It says, I can use this for the Yokota if it happens. If not, we might have to slip it in. I don't plan to face it, but we'll see. And at that, she kind of bows to you and opens the Soji screen. We'll cut there and kind of rewind a little back. What are you doing, Yokota? You're kind of left alone in this large room, broken tables. You see some of the Shishiro there, probably some of the grunts. They seem to be talking to the remainder of the patrons. and cleaning up. You see the Edda, the last bit of Edda, they're kind of cleaning those rooms. They've been doing this probably for the 45 hour that you guys have been talking and being interviewed and having your tea ceremony.
As they kind of walk past me, I'm gonna ignore the Edda because I absolutely cannot stand Edda. I think they're dirty and filthy. I am going to actually, I'm going to step towards either the door or one of the holes in the wall. And I'm going to try to draw as much fresh air as possible because at this point, the interior of this building smells like death.
Okay, and you open those up, and you're going to do the front door, which is broken. Are you going to try to go to the back and open some of those? How would you like to?
First, I want to get some fresh air, and then I'll go back in and I'll open every door and window that I can for now because the smell of death is going to take a while to get out of this building.
You look out. Not much time has passed since the boys' fall. You guys are kind of rushing. Crane has kind of made his is waiting for you guys. You guys know that he's kind of wanting to move to catch the bandits attacking the crematorium. But I know you guys are moving slowly and you have your things. So about 3 minutes have passed. You're kind of standing out there, and the doji looks at you, and let's see. I need to. Now that he's standing there looking in the direction of the crematorium, which is further west
so
of where you guys are in. Yes.
Can I hit a lore scorpion on this guy to see if I can figure out exactly kind of why he's behaving the way he is?
Lore scorpion on a doji, which is a crane?
Oh, not doji. I was thinking about Ren. I'm sorry.
Ren has gone. Ren and his Chewie, his lieutenant, have left.
Yeah, but I'm kind of curious about the way that he treated me earlier. I was extremely blunt with him.
Go ahead.
That's bothering my that should be bothering my character at any rate.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
I can't spell today. Got a 17 on it.
Something troubling is there. You don't know if he responded correctly or not correctly, or typical of his clan. Normally they'd have a wired barb say back at you. He was kind of blunt back at you right away, and you did get the impression he kind of did put you in your place of you not being a magistrate, nothing showing, and probably taking note that your overall clan mon or your family mon was not present.
Well, which doesn't bother me one bit what he thinks. I already think that his family probably killed my wife anyways.
So yeah, you guys basically throwing shit at each other is what it comes down to.
It's very much that my blood was already up because of everything that had happened, and he comes in and tries to act like he has control of the situation, and he very much does not. So basically, while I'm outside, I'm looking at this doji, but I'm not even thinking about the doji. I'm actually thinking about this scorpion, which is a kind of a creepy homoerotic way.
Well, Doji Oruku kind of turns to you, and he kind of smiles. He's not wearing his hat, and the rain's kind of moisture in there is kind of lessened, but it is kind of humid. Yeah. And you notice people putting up the lanterns again further down the street, and the area is starting to get set for the festival. You notice that a little further down is the river forms, and across that you can see the crematorium. And you do see light coming from there, more light than normal in the dim light of the night or the day as it dies. And Doji says, I hope they finish quickly. We must carry on. I don't want any further death to happen. Even if they are Etta, they do their duty under heaven. And he kind of says that to himself, so you don't know if he's addressing you or not. That's what he says.
I'm going to just to remind him that I do hear him, regardless if he's talking to me or not. I'm going to remind him that it's not about being Etta or not. It's about that if there's a reminder that this great tragedy has happened, it will incite panic. To hell with their entertainment.
But a mob does more damage. We must isolate, investigate, and determine. Let us handle what we're doing. At that, the Soji screen opens, and you see Yoko kind of walking through. And I'll leave the crab to decide what you guys are doing. But upon that, he says, "I will meet you there." Doji says loud enough for you to hear, and he takes off at a dead run. What do you guys do? I will start with the crab, since we were at the outsearch scene.
I'll remove my other jade finger from my pouch and hold it up so the Akodo can say it and say, "Here, do you need some jade?"
I'm going to give him a very deep bow and tell him that I very much appreciate it, since it appears that there's way more wrong in this city than we could have ever imagined.
And you notice that the crab hands you a jade finger, but half of it is black.
Even though I notice half of it is black, I'm going to honestly tell him some protection is better than none, or a man won't run into combat completely devoid of any protections. And that's a legitimate Akodo thought. You're not going to run in the middle of a battle scene with no armor on. So he'll take whatever he can get.
Yeah, Kenpachi will bow to that and he'll say, "There's very much wisdom in what you say. Pragmatism, just like the crab. I doubt it's the last time we'll be needing jade tonight. Shall we go?"
I don't even bow at this point. I'm going to give him a head nod and nod in the general direction of the crematory and say, "After you, magistrate."
How fat? Okay, you notice the crematorium. You're gonna have to cross the river, and it's on the far side outside the city. You guys can see it from where you're at. It's going to take you probably a good. If you haul ass, it'll take you 2.5 minutes. If you take time, it'll take you anywhere from 7 to 10. If you haul ass, I'll need athletics rolls from the three of you. If you're just going to try to get there in that time, none.
I'm a freaking crab, man. I'm gonna be booking it.
Okay, so unfortunately, Kodo does not have athletics.
So go ahead and roll. It will not explode if you're going to try to keep up.
Yeah, it's an unskilled roll. That is an athletics. Is that a strength or agility? It doesn't matter. I've got 3K3 no matter what.
Roll them both. It's going to be just to keep up. It'll be strength just to maintain it with him.
Oh, they're both 3K.
Even Yoko is trying to keep up.
I got a 21 on that, Clay. So
my athletics was a 28.
You make it, and Yoko makes it. Her body seems to be more adaptable to physical stuff in the time she's got accustomed to it. So as you guys reach the crematorium, it is a large, think of a barn, a circular barn that fits. And it's got, as you notice there shadowy shapes. Again, it's getting darker and darker. And you notice shadowy shapes fleeing, roughly a good 15, but you notice there's still shapes inside. It is on fire, and damage has been done to it. You also notice that the doji is kind of waiting there, and as he notices you, he enters. What do you guys do?
Do we have Thunder Guard there with the doji?
Nope, he ran ahead. As he saw you guys, he booked it. Thunder Guard are surveying the scene, so it's only you four.
Okay. I'm going to think to myself, shit, this is the perfect time to send for the fire guard, but quick perusal. How many entrances into this barn?
One, from what you can see. A double-doored area that is broken and open. Inside, you can see where they lay the bodies. They wrap them up to be cremated. You see different workstations, probably where they got them, the bone cutting, all that stuff, the half-charred bones. You notice you're in an area that's kind of dirty and smelly because this is where they do their business. And you see shadowy and shapes moving in, and you guys can give me an investigation roll, perception investigation, to see if you can pierce the dim light from where you're at.
6K3.
Okay, investigation.
$21 again.
18. Not my finest work.
I got a 21 again, Clay. So
okay, you're able. It's quite interesting, and you notice that in the crematorium as you guys are looking through. What did you get, Crab?
I got an 18.
That's high enough to get this, and I'll give the line a little more, you kind of look in, and it looks like it's kind of sectioned off as you kind of look inside. And you see a silhouette, looks like he's ruffling on a table. And you also see banners, Mons kind of flapping in certain areas. It looks like they've been drawn in. And it looks like, for certain areas, you have the prep station and different things. And you have other areas of which they're holding this stuff, the remains for the family to collect or to dispose of. And you see the different clans. And then you see what could be kanji underneath. And it's kind of almost like scroll cases of where you put this for certain families as they break this down. It looks like it's very old, but it's been used quite a bit, and it's been in good repair. On 20 and higher, Lion, you notice that there are probably a good 5 or 6 people remaining bandits, and there's only one way out through you guys. And you see one kind of rifling, and you notice the white hair. You're able to determine, and you've seen that picture before, and as it looks like this guy is rifling through this body, and as he's doing it, you notice it's the headless crane that popped out, and you kind of, because you remember, you see his mutilated head, his crushed head kind of fall off to the side of this table. And you notice the rifling through the crane and some of the other bodies. And that's when the doji kind of steps through, and he's drawn his sword. And it looks like he's going to try to deal with this because they're rifling. And you hear, "How dare you desecrate my family?" And it looks like he's going to do something. What do you guys wish to do?
I'm going to look to the magistrate on this one because I'm not real sure where to go with that.
I'm gonna pull my Tetsubo and prepare myself, but this local magistrate is out for some kind of honor and blood. I'm gonna see if he can take it.
And he's also, you remember though that he's asked for your help in this matter of the investigation, and he's not challenged. So you know that if you leave him 5 against 1, could look kind of.
I'm not gonna do that, Clay, but I'm gonna let him lead the charge, so it looks like he's prompted the glory.
Okay. Good idea. Go ahead and give me initiative rolls.
Okay, there we go. That's what I was waiting for. Because God knows I need it.
And because you all passed your athletics rolls, you're not suffering any penalties for being winded. If you're wounded or anything else, you suffer those penalties if your class does not, or your school doesn't change that.
Yeah. Oh, I just can't wait to get to
Anish was 37.
Dear Lord, I rolled a 36 and I hate you right now, Andrew.
Hey man, you actually beat me on the Oni. You should be really happy with that.
I've rolled Anish like a champ tonight on 6K3.
Because my character is like is an initiative beast.
Yeah, this guy doesn't play games either, man. So Coda doesn't play games with that. So let's just stick with it. Okay, so it looks like you're going first there, Andrew. I bet money.
Actually, at a 71, the Kikita will go first.
Yes.
Kikita rushes in, and he will attack. He attacks a guy that just looks like he's rifling through the newest one, and the Kikita tries to take his head and does so. You see the head kind of flop, and the blood doesn't start spurting until after the fact that the guy is like looking up at his headless self, and the blood starts to. And the Kikita is able to be out of the way of that. And again, looks like he's going to try to take on someone else. I'm going to go to the next, and that would be Crab.
All right, I'm going to attack one, but I'm gonna choose my target to position myself, so I'm giving him some aid, so I'm not exposing his back to a lot of enemies.
Okay.
And yeah, it'll just be my normal Tetsubo. Oh, by the way, I am in full attack.
Full attack.
Yes, sir. Okay. 14 plus...
You are aware this did not work out well for you against the Oni, right?
It worked out spectacularly. I don't know what you're talking about. I went toe-to-toe with an Oni, and look who fled.
Fled, not fleed. But yes.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a flood.
You have a master's degree, and you just said that.
I was gonna say flu, but I changed it like halfway through it. But don't make fun of me. I don't bust your chops when you screw up words, which you do often, by the way.
I know. I'm
Okay.
busting your chops because I'm in a weird mood tonight.
40. Okay, so it's 44.
Dear Lord.
Well, you smack him. Go ahead and do damage, and let's see how bad you smack him.
Okay, let's see. 3. Okay. Oh my god. Well, without even re-rolling, I just got 3 explosions.
Go ahead.
So let's see what that does.
Kill. Or overkill in this instance.
Okay, so I did 42.
Oh my Lord.
That's enough.
All right, yeah. So I will just take the Tetsubo and I'm just gonna smack him square in the chest and put the end of that Tetsubo through his chest cavity, like I have a hammer and I'm breaking into a lobster.
Wow, that's a fucking image I'm not gonna be able to get rid of.
He's dangling at the end of your Tetsubo there.
Yeah, let's kick that body off.
Okay, we are now at the lion. Lion, you notice, the 2 dead bodies, the one decapitated head, the one that got his chest exploded. And you notice that there are 4 others kind of digging through bodies, gathering up items and whatnot. What would you like to do? There is one probably good within your distance to attack if you wish to. And he's next to probably where they dissect the bodies to put the body parts in different containers and whatnot for proper premium to dispose of them properly.
I'm gonna, as my free action, I'm going to actually let out a lion challenge, which sounds an awful lot like a lion's roar, and I'm gonna charge the bastard with the katana out. Oh, this will be fun. It's gonna be 10k, 10k3. Oh boy, because I've not attacked him yet this round. He does not get his armor target number bonus. What happened here? Oh, I still rolled a 21. What? On all of that, I rolled a 21. So do I actually hit him, Clay, without his armor bonus?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so... that is going to be 6k too. 24 damage.
Go ahead and describe the kill.
So I charged this guy after roaring at him like a lion, and it sounds pretty terrifying. And I don't like the charge is just going to carry me straight over the body with my arms extended, and it's going to go straight through his fucking throat. And then he's just going to kind of slump over. I'm going to take my left hand and push him backwards off of my katana.
Beautiful, beautiful. And the other's turn as the other bandits. You see coming from crates of bodies and different things and some boxes and different things. Other bandits seem to be coming out. You guys have 6 bandits, but 3 of them are actually. I had initially 5, killed 3, 2. Yeah, you have 6. So 3 of them run out, are hauling ass past you guys. I didn't sign up for magistrates, and they take off. Another one tries to do so and does so, and you notice that he looks like he's carrying some stuff with him, and you have 3 facing you. And it is their go. So what you notice is the one that you just gutted down, Lion, since we'll go to you, since you gutted his buddy. We submit. What he looks like he does is he reaches on the table that he's at and picks up a jar, and he throws it at you. Does a 24 hit you, Mr. Lion?
Just misses. Sorry, I thought I was unmuted, but I wasn't.
Just misses. Ooh, having those hurt conditions, huh?
Well, it's not that. It's my target number is 25.
You notice that a vial of blood, this vase of blood, explodes right next to you. His partner will then toss one at the crab.
And my TN right now is still 20.
Okay. Ooh, and he misses you. And you notice instead of a vial of blood or a container of blood, he throws a dead limb at you. Looks like a hand. His buddy's getting the bright idea to do so as well. They pick up and they both randomly do it. Lion and Magistrate. Yeah, screw it. We're going to throw that one at the Magistrate and another one at the Emerald Magistrate. Because they're magistrates. And they're known. "28 hits you, Crab."
Yes, sir.
You see this vase thrown at you, and it bursts upon you, and coming out of it are fingers, thumbs, and toes. And they're all in different varieties of decay. Some are very fresh, some are very rotted. You have been hit with dead body parts. Onto the crane.
Motherfucker just threw a jar of body part. Oh, shit.
Onto the crane.
It's getting real now, Andrew.
They're throwing. Let's just see if they hit. Or
I wiped the body parts. You dishonor me!
and they laugh. The crane, on the other hand, gets hit by a jar of blood, and that covers his kimono. Also, it doesn't do enough damage to get through your armor, but it does 6 points to the crane. So put that down.
By the way, Andrew, now you have an extra hand if you ever need to have some fun.
I'm hoping that you and him are the only two people that have seen this.
And Yoko. On Yoko's turn, she takes her weaponry and she tries to attack one of the bandits with her naginata.
She's a naginata? Okay.
Yes, she is. She's a unicorn. She's a unicorn. Yojimbo.
She has a fucking horse chopper. I don't care.
She doesn't have that, but let's roll. And she misses. You see the naginata come, and it looks like she stumbles a little bit. She's holding on for dear life. Looks like she's going to charge, and the weight of the actual blade dips down, and it gets caught on the foot of the individual she was trying to stake right in the front, almost like an Olympian jumper. And she just kind of barrels face down, ass up, over, and lands. And she's staring up at him at the side. And he looks, and she's kind of, between everything she was doing and hadn't had really time to clean up, her kimono kind of opens up, and she's kind of exposing herself. Again, that was a really bad roll. But not enough for in our side of boobage. There's no boobage, but she's exposed herself, so she is taking an honor hit as well.
This is like the barn of dishonor.
And that's when you realize this is where you go cream bodies, chop them up so you can put them in the kill or clean or clean or whatever you want to say it, and get the bodies going. That's when the smell of smoke and burnt body parts really waft as this second round enters you guys. And it's back on top. The crane, seeing the dishonor that your Yojimbo has suffered and trying to be the gallant warrior that he is, will attack that one. Oh, wow. If you don't put all the things in, it doesn't do it. So.
Yeah, you have to have a minimum of dice rolled and dice capped.
And damage, or if it's in damage.
Yeah.
Guy Stump just dares into that guy, trying to protect your Yojimbo there. Yoko, now back to the crab.
I'm going to make my way pissed off with one purposed eyes towards that asshole that hit me with the jar. And I'm giving him a Tatsubo.
By the way, Andrew, this is not part of the oratory we're going to give to the rest of the world when we leave this city.
No, I'm going to leave out the part with the jar full of thumbs and toes. Okay, so I can do that, Clay. I'm good to move and attack this guy.
You guys are within striking anybody except the guys that have fled.
Okay, so I'm going to be in battle stance again. Our full attack, rather. Cast them bones. All right, 41.
You easily hit him.
Okay. My revenge will be horrible. All right, 30 damage.
You annihilate him.
With this one, so I imagine like he stumbles back as I come forward with the Tatsubo. He puts his hand on the wall to try to balance himself. I smash his hand with the Tatsubo. His fingers blow up like sausages, and then I slap into his foot and then smack him across the head. So I get both the toes and the fingers as a symbolic act of my revenge.
Oh, it's just. I mean, the blood spatter of your enemy covers your armor, dripping down beautifully. At least to a crab, anyway. Makoto.
Is the guy that threw the blood at me still here?
Yes.
Okay, he's getting stabbed next. So
Yeah.
I'm going to purposely, with murderous intent in my eyes, walk up to him. So.
Oh, I think at this point, Clay, with all the fluids on me, my armor probably looks like a drunken Bob Ross painting.
Okay, so I do a 33 attack with 12 damage.
Okay, not enough to finish him off. He stands there and kind of spits down. Yeah, I knew you samurai couldn't fight. Especially
well, this
you.
is funny because I'm imagining him saying this with a katana rammed through his abdomen.
Yeah, he's hurting real bad. He's in some bad shape.
Okay, well, let's keep going. Hey, Clay, was he close enough to use a free move to get to him, or would I had to use a
You had to move in. He was in throwing distance, okay. So you had to move to get to him.
So simple. It would have been a simple move then. Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Because if it would have been a free move, I could have hit him again.
No, you had to move to him to get to him.
I'll grab you, dude.
We'll remediate that one. He goes, silence never gave us this. With this, fuck it. And you notice that he just bears himself down and he launches at you, Lion. Then he stops and he grabs that, reaches his hand down into a jar, and he looks like he's going to try to punch you with his bloody fist. Again, trying to dishonor you. This guy actually was really nice. Does a 30 succeed? Mr. Lion.
Yes, and it's actually going to do damage.
Yes, it will.
I am now hurt.
And you are covered in the blood of a dead body, knowing that he put his hand in that jar, intentionally trying to smear this this person's blood on you. And he punches deep, and it gets like in your neck and in your clavicle.
Question for you, Clay. Did he call any raises at any point? That's important for me to know.
No, he hasn't called any. He's just trying to hit you and get blood on you.
That's fine. It's important for me.
It looks like they're. Yeah, I will let you know when I do raises because I know you have an ability.
Yeah, it triggers my abilities.
These guys aren't high enough to even be able to do call shots and stuff.
Okay, that's fine. Just it's just curiosity with him rolling to hit me like that. So
Nope, pure roll, pure attack. This guy's a little better off than the others. So you guys killed. So there's one dead, 3 total left. The one next to his buddy that just got pulverized is going to throw. Let's see what he throws. He reaches down to throw something.
A jar of penises. God damn it!
Does a 17 hit you?
No,
So you
17.
get like a 20. Yeah.
can this be any more infuriating? They're like trying to dishonor us. Next thing you know, it's just gonna be like a thing of clitoris.
And for the second buddy, he will also reach down and throw some stuff at you. 3 damage. 27,
Yeah, it's me.
but does no damage as the vial breaks upon you. But inside, you are now. Go ahead and give me a D10. There's a bunch of body parts.
Okay. 3.
You get blood and teeth. Looks like they either try to remove the jaws and they're bloody, and they probably the liquid from it was water at one time, but the amount of blood and grizzle and different things are in, and you just get bombarded with teeth and blood and nasty, smelly, rotted fluid.
You honor this dog? I'm gonna kill you for that.
And so that is.
Why do you sound like Brother Woke?
The weak one that was being attacked by the crane that couldn't be finished will attack the girl on the ground. He can't get away from the crimp, so he'll attack the girl on the ground. It looks like he's trying to drive either a sharpened bone into her. She is not wearing armor. 15 for 7 points. He files his bone into her. Again, you guys notice that he's picking up bones next to him and just driving it into her. And she starts to scream, ah! She doesn't ask for help. The crane misses this round. It is back on top for the crab.
Okay, so he stabbed Yoko.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell nah.
But you have 2 that are kind of within range of you. That one that stabbed Yoko is a little further, but is still within range if you want to rush over and attack him.
These fools aren't armored, correct?
It looks like they've strapped cloth, bone, and possibly whatever leather straps that they can find across their chest and stomach, and it looks like somehow they've wrapped other cloth around it to hold it in place. No, they're not armored, but they'll get a slight bonus from the makeshift armor they did for their vitals.
Now, if I do the 4 raise to take an extra attack, can I split the attacks?
Yes, you can, but I think it's 5, isn't it, for the extra attack?
Let me check.
You don't have the void to take that many raises, do you?
I can only take 3. 3 would be my max. So if it's
But
oh yeah, no, I can do it because void. I can tap into Void Dragon.
yes, you can.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. You were originally a dragon clan or unicorn clan trained by dragon, scorpion, something or another ridiculous.
No, it's because the armor has a special property. But
that's right. You're wearing magical armor too. Forgot about that.
Yeah, I can steal Void from the other person that's wearing the sister armor. Yeah, I'll do it. Fuck it. 5 raises. Let's do it.
First, give me an earth roll.
Okay. Uh, 25 for the earth roll.
Do you wish to re-roll, spend luck, or spend void?
On the earth roll?
Correct.
No, I'm not gonna re-roll that.
Okay. For the duration, let me read something. I wrote this down for a special. 1 second. For 5 rounds, you will suffer 3k3 dice to all your actions, as you are swamped with visions of the pits of Fulin. The image that you see is of 2 individuals in a bed made of human skin and flesh The frames of the bed are made of bone and possibly Oni and other such demons. And making out or making love on the bed is Void Dragon. His armor bleeding into his flesh. His Oni helmet and everything else that he has now merged within his flesh. His nose protruding from it. His right arm, that of a crab claw, corrupted and bleeding. And looking at you into the eyes is the woman that the concubine of Fulen that you remember meeting at the Crab Castle. And as you're staring at her, you've lost all sight of the crematorium, all sight and sound of what's happening as you suck that void through. And you're unable to take the corruption. You don't gain taint, but the visions that you see, your mind is warped. You'll suffer 4K4 for 3 rounds. Not 4, 3.
Now, if it reduce, can you have 0K in a pool? Can it reduce it that low?
You can for keep.
Yeah, for keep.
So with that, if you want to do your action, you are able to gain the void to attack, i.e., do a second attack, but you're suffering that to it. But if you spend your void, you can gain the 1K1 on the attack. So you'd gain at least a kept die if you so choose. But you're almost crying out. You failed to take. Basically, you sucked on the straw and got all the shit. But you don't cry out to show that. But you stop in mid-action as this just hits you.
Yeah. Well, my question is though, if I have a damage roll of 8K3 and there's minus 3K3, does that mean I cannot do damage without spending a void?
Correct.
Okay, and I can spend up to the 5 void as well, correct?
You can't spend the void. Your voider sets your raises. You can do 5 raises, which you want to do for a second attack. So that second attack took 5 raises to get that second attack.
Now, if I spend void though on one attack, 1 void to do 1K.
If you spend void, it'll give you 1K1 on that action. You can spend it for anything, attack rolls, spend it for damage, all kinds of shit.
No, that's not what I mean though. I mean because I'm doing 2 attacks as the maneuver, can I spend 1 void on each attack so it's 1K1 for both? Or do I spend 1 void and it gives me 1K1 for both attacks?
No, it's per attack.
Yeah, it's different actions, so you can spend up 1 per. Yeah, you spend a void on per action unless your class says otherwise or your school.
Hey, Clay, you can't normally spend a void on damage unless it's certain weapons. Like a katana gains the ability to spend void on damage. I thought normally void can only be spent on the attack itself.
That's what I was meaning. If it has the qualities,
okay. Whatever, sorry. I was just making sure that wasn't.
Yeah, it's sensible. You can't.
Yeah, like I can with my katana.
Correct. All katanas have that quality.
Tetsubo doesn't.
Nope.
Yep. So I'm just
you can always spend that on the attack to do the raises on extra damage.
No, it's not even worth it. That crippled me. I'm going to. I don't really know. Okay, I'm just going to attack because I know I'm not going to fucking hit him, but I'm not going to be dishonorable. I'm attacking anyways.
Okay, go ahead. Now you can call raise, or you can't do enough raise. Oh, man.
Nope, it crippled me. Okay. It's still better this way though, because I don't want to take inaction. I don't want to run. I'd rather just sloppily attack him. Okay, so I'll still do my 2 attacks. It doesn't matter if I hit him or not, because I can't do damage. Okay, so I take 2 fucking wild swings as I just like let out a what is this?
Okay. Just the horror has engulfed you.
Stay away from me. No! Leave Void Dragon alone!
Okay, your turn, Kodo.
Okay, so this guy's still in front of me that it just smeared blood on me by punching me in the face, and I'm pissed. I am exceedingly pissed. Actually, Clay, I'm going to spend a void to make sure I hit him this time, because I got plus 10 against me.
Okay, 1K1 extra.
It's 33 for 28.
Okay. You got him, and you kill him.
Okay, so when he smears that blood on me by punching me, Clay, and I don't even pull punches this time. I just take the katana and I ram it up underneath his chin and go straight through the back of his head, right by his top knot.
Very nice, very nice. And with
He just
him
disarmed
going,
by smearing with dead blood.
huh?
He did just try to disarm me by smearing with dead person's blood. Gets what he fucking deserves.
He didn't try. He did. But as he goes down, and his last two buddies are able to do stuff, they book it. They book it out and get out of here. You see the doji kind of take chase as you guys can collect yourselves as you wish. You kind of hear a run. Time passes, moments pass, and you're able to collect yourself. The weakness in your limbs, basically your mind giving your body back its control, comes to you, Crab, as that vision leaves. But the last thing you see are her eyes as they're making out, doing their thing, because you're actually looking at her as if you were Void Dragon at the end, and all you see is her eyes start to go larger and larger in your vision until that's all you see, and it fades. The smell of rotted blossoms fill your nose as well.
This place is still on fire too, right?
It's a burning.
Yeah, I'm going to use my Tetsubo as like a fucking crutch and wobble my way outside.
Sounds good. You notice that Yoko kind of picks herself up and pulls the bone out of her. And we'll roll just real quick. It would be 2, take 2, no modifier. And she fails, and she lets out a whelp as she pulls this bone out. And she gets a little woozy. What are you doing, Akoto? What are you doing? What's that, Crane or Crab?
If I see her fail pulling the bone out, I'll turn around and limp back and try to help her up.
Okay. Go ahead, Akoto.
On the other hand, I'm going to go ahead and pull these two corpses of these two bandits. At this point, I've already got their blood all over me, so it's not going to make a lot of difference. I'm going to pull them together so that they're not put into this mortuary. They should be very dishonorably displayed for their actions. And I'm going to suggest as much to the Emerald Magistrate.
You hear this, Emerald Magistrate, and at the same time you hear Doji yell out, "We must pursue them. They cannot be left." 1 second. As you guys are stacking that and stuff, the Doji does come back. Oh, damn it. And does leap out at you and from the doorway, because you guys are making your way and you're displaying them. He comes out and says, "That one's mine. We must not let him go away. I will not let this dishonor what they've done to my family." And that's when you kind of realize, as they were digging through the bodies of the recently slain crane, the two bodies of the slain crane, digging through their possessions of whatever's there in their bodies. And you notice Doji just run, and as he leaves you, he says, "I'll see you within an hour at the Orange Blossom." And then he laughs, "Or I'll tell your bravery to my ancestors." And it looks, as you guys can see that you've done this, it looks like the bandits didn't really go too far. And when they notice him chasing, they run, but they split up in different directions. And you notice that there are 4 bandits that left, and they run in 4 different directions. And one of those is being pursued by the crane.
Now, is there anybody outside of the barn that I can see? Like, are there people watching?
Nope, the Edda in this area have closed shop and are not nearby.
So
you notice the Edda village is there as well, and that's where it looks these bandits are going.
So nobody, I mean, I see Akoto touching the corpses, but nobody else does?
Nobody else saw you except for Yoko and the Doji.
How close are we to water?
About 5 minutes away. Remember, think of the city as a U, upside down U, and inside that, running through the U, is the lake that separates the parts of the city, and the river that goes comes from the north, and the river that goes south. You guys are at the end of that city on the left side of the U. There is at a village that you guys ran through, and then there's a crematorium outside that village. These guys ran through the village.
The reason I'm asking is both of us have blood all over us. Probably not bright idea to walk through town like this.
Well, I'll help you move the bodies too, because I mean, in for a grain, in for a koku at this point. I'm fucking covered in human body parts, so.
You've been smacked with the human body parts, your friend has been stabbed with the human bone, and I've been punched by a bloody fist. We have every reason to be angry. So
okay. What are you guys going to do? Are you giving chase? Are you guys going to try to clean up? There's some troughs in which you guys could clean up some. But again, it's not too uncommon for people that have been in battle to be in blood, especially a magistrate or whatnot.
I'm gonna give chase. I got a feeling like if I let that crane out of my sight, it's the last time I'm gonna see him.
That's the possibility too, but you've got active criminals running through that have paused. And you notice as you guys have kind of slowed down, taking your wind, and you just finished moving those bodies, that there are probably 20 bodies here. And a larger mass of people came and slaughtered the people that were running the crematorium.
Yeah, this is a problem. As he's getting ready to run after the magistrate, I'm going to see what would I actually need to roll to deduce. Could I do battle mass combat to figure out size and everything?
Yes, you can. And in magistrate, if you want to kind of look at the scene, you can do that as well before you start to charge out the door.
I don't think I would, because I mean, at this point, I think
Clay,
following the magistrate's probably my top priority.
Especially since 24. Okay, especially since you said you'd work with him, and he's still investigating because his clan. It looks like on his investigation roll, it looked like they were after his clan in particular, i.e., the two people that were part of the inn. On the 24, 75 people or more probably came through here and decimated the crematorium.
I'm gonna tell
the scavengers.
I'm going to tell the crab that this is much larger than the handful of people we saw, that I'm guessing upwards of 75 people were here. These guys are probably running to meet up with the rest of their crew, and all that'll lead us to a certain death. There's no honor in killing yourself.
No, but we must dissuade the magistrate then.
I agree with you on that.
Oh, go ahead.
I agree with you on that, and with that, I'll take off with him to try to catch the magistrate before he gets himself killed.
Okay, go. You each can give me an investigation roll. Investigation.
Ooh, that was a nice roll. 34.
Okay, what is yours?
I just rolled four d10s. So I got a 1, a 1, a 1, and a 2.
You might want to avoid that, buddy. I did that in a Game of Thrones game one time.
Are you going to run with that?
For investigation, yeah. I mean, I don't know any difference.
This is what happens then. With that, Akoto, you take off and you see the white-haired, which you assume is the Emerald Magistrate, the dim and dust of the Edda village. And you're walking on that way. Crab, you think you see movement over here, and it looks back at you, and you see a white glimmer coming from another location. You are positive, without a shadow of a doubt, that's where the magistrate went, and that's who he's chasing. Yoko, on her end, takes off, and she actually is going in another area of the Edda village. And she yells out, "We must find out what's going on."
So wait, I see him go a different direction, Yoko go a different direction, yeah, and then I think I see the magistrate in another direction.
You are 100% positive that he went that way.
Here's the
saw go a different way, and Yoko is yelling out that the spirits are guiding her this way, that we must look into this, we must. And she seems to be all involved, like she normally gets when her magic or the kami get involved. She's kind of bullheaded that way.
This is a difficult situation. just because of the meta knowledge. Because the question would have been, without that knowledge, would I have separated off from the who I think is the magistrate to try to follow Yoko? I definitely wouldn't follow Akodo.
Like you stated, samurai are able to handle their own, and if he decided to go that way, that's his decision. And he kind of said, "I got this one. Chase after the others," is kind of what he said he would do. So you, as a samurai, would consider that is his thing. Yoko, is not a Yojimbo, is not qualified in weapon, as she demonstrated with the bandit she tried to attack.
So,
and Akodo seems to be, limping his way or walking his way. He wouldn't limp or show it off, but walking his way in another direction.
I've got to go with the one I think's the magistrate. That's actually not the magistrate, but that I'm convinced.
So, Clay, what would I need to roll here to try to get him to follow me? Because I've got Courtier.
You have to do an etiquette roll. You're trying to change what he wants to do, and I imagine you're not trying, or a courtier roll. You're trying to change his. You can use either one. I'll let you choose.
I'll do etiquette.
And you dictate. If you roll too low, you kind of insulted him. If it's etiquette, you've kind of said something that may insult him. Courtier.
Roll a 28.
28. I'll do a contested roll. So go ahead and give me your. But I don't have my book with me or my thing on me. Go ahead and give me a courtier roll as well. And if you don't beat a 28, then he's failed to do what he needs to do. He's failed to convince you that you're wrong and he's right. It's over this way.
Do I have to use Ben for that?
This courtier skill, correct?
Yeah, because it's plus K1 when persuading.
There you go.
Okay.
But again, you have to meet that number. Next game, I'll know the actual thing, but I know it's a contested roll. I just got to look.
Exactly how it works.
I got a 23.
Well, I'm actually able to convince you.
Yeah.
Not very well.
So you stop giving Yoko enough time that you lose her in her direction of where she went. You can still kind of see the guy that you know is the you think, but now have doubts of because he's saying no, it's here, and he's pointing. He's going in a different direction. What do you choose to do? I'll allow you to choose because you have two situations or three, but he's convinced you your idea is wrong. So you have two choices: follow Kodo or follow Yoko.
I think my duty as a magistrate supersedes Yoko, sadly. So I've got to follow Akodo.
She is samurai. Good job. And with that, gentlemen, we can take a break and move on a little longer, or we can end it here. It's up to you.
I can go a little bit longer. I can go to probably about midnight. That's about another 45 minutes.
I'm down for another part if you want to take like a quick 5-minute.
Yeah, I'll take another 5 minutes, and what I'll do is just kind of mute the screen, and so when you see them screen back to this, it means I'm back.
Oh. Hey, Andrew, did you grab that link I sent you?
Hey guys, I'm back.
Hey, Andrew, did you get that private message I sent you on Hangouts?
The one to the pundit video.
Yeah.
Yeah. I opened it just to see what it was.
Yeah, I figured, but I just didn't know if you'd seen he got anyone up yet or not. So that way you know it's there from whenever you get a time to watch it. By the way, Andrew, we may have found a house.
Oh, that's good news.
Well, we don't know yet. I'm supposed to go do a showing tomorrow, and they're only asking $175,000 for a 1,500 square foot house. So in the middle of town, which is a really good price around here, considering most places in town are going to run you $300,000 or more. So, whew. Okay, there he is. Yay! Clay's back.
So I hope everyone is having fun.
Of course we are. And I won't tell you why.
I've got a bad feeling about what's going to happen, but
Me too, but you know. I'm hurt and we're chasing after somebody in the middle of a dark street in an Oni infested city. I should always have a bad feeling about this.
Okay, so you guys are pursuing this. What I need from you guys is I need you guys to roll stamina plus athletics.
Yay, stamina.
I need to roll as well. This will be contested.
Yes, please, on that roll. I actually rolled really well considering that was unskilled.
I got a 44 on that one.
Show off.
Go crab. Woo!
Hey, you guys are able to catch up. All right, I see stamina. So what will happen is, Mr. Crab, you're going to be able to catch up with him. Because of your injuries and the windedness, Mr. Lion at 21, you're going to be a round behind, so you'll be able to act the following round of this conclusion. So what we're going to be doing is we're chasing. You notice the bandit that you're chasing, you no longer see the white hairs of the Emerald Magistrate, but you see a bandit in front of you. Looks like he either got lost the Emerald Magistrate or you guys had lost the Magistrate yourselves. But he's running in front of you. Makoto, you realize this is the bandit he was chasing. And he is starting to gain more speed. Are you guys going to continue to pursue him, thinking the Emerald Magistrate may be further ahead or lost? What is it that you guys want to do? But you know that this is someone from the crematoria.
I think our duty at this point is to catch this guy no matter what, because we know he was there committing a crime.
Very good. So right now it's going to be him, the crab, the Akoto. So,
well,
you notice. Go ahead.
He's the Akoto's round behind me, right?
He's around. Think of this like a chase scene. He's running. So right now he's one step ahead of you. So he'll go. The crab will go until the person in front goes. So he's like the leader. I.e., if you guys can meet in the same frame, then you can get to him. But you got to catch him. You caught up where you can see him, but there are all kinds of hurdles and other things in your way. So you guys are chasing him through the alley, which could potentially hurt you, or you could lose him. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, so what we're going to do is he is going to run ahead, and since he's made a stamina check, he's able, and you notice that he pulls large sacks and other condiments. Think of, I don't know if you've ever been to Chinatown, where the little carts are all pushed together, and basically you've got enough room to touch the sides of. There's not a lot of room, and you can't really go side to side. You can only go one at a time. And he seems to be pulling a cart down in your way. If you're going to continue to run and chase him, I need an athletics check. This will be stamina athletics, as you guys have run to catch up with him at this point. If you do a raise, I will let you get a phase ahead. If you do 2, you get 2 raises. So with Yokota, it would take 2 to get where he's at now.
I don't know what you want to do because I rolled before you said that.
I don't care, so just tell me. So it's just, if you meet his number, you stay even. If you succeed his number, you catch up.
Okay, well, I'm just staying even because I rolled like crap.
Okay, what about you, Crab?
I want to do as much as I can.
Okay, so what did you get? Let's say to catch him, you need 1 raise. 2 for the Yokota, but the Yokota is staying. He's managing to stay at his pace, not gaining or losing.
Okay, I got a 35.
Okay, you can catch up to him. But before you catch up to him, you notice that he flips a lid on you. Now it looks like into a push cart, and he flips this lid onto you. So he'll get 1 free attack on you before you get to him, and you can succeed. So let's see if he actually hits you as you're coming through. You have all your dice back. Everything is good.
So my TN's at 30.
Okay. To run, I'll give him that. Nice. He misses. So you just barely make it past as he flips that lid, and you just burrow on through. You're right at him, so you can do something to him if you wish. Because you catch him, if you can slow him down, the Yokota will catch up and be able to respond next after this action. Go ahead, Crab.
Okay, so he takes a swing at me and I move. Time for my secret art, jujitsu. I want to grab his arm while it's extended and hip toss him into the wall.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Oh, baby. Okay, 26.
You were able to get him. So with your jiu-jitsu, you're able to throw him. So you'll do your strength +1 on the roll.
Okay. Ooh, I got an explosion. 15. 27 plus 1, 28 damage.
Okay. You don't kill him, but he's bashed into the one of the carts that are on each side of you. Makoto, you were able to catch up on this, and he's on his back. You notice that he's in his hands. He's got a few items, and it looks like he's trying to hide a pouch from your view.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to. I'm trying to think of how this would be a 2 raise cult shot because I'm going to try to hamstring him.
That is correct.
This is going to be fun. So this is going to be a 10k3 attack by Clay, and he doesn't get his target number for any armor he's wearing.
Okay, remember your penalties for any wounds you may have.
Yeah, it's +10 automatically.
Okay. And you too, if you're suffering there, Crab.
I am, but I'm only down to nicked.
Okay, I got a 27 on that, though. I don't think I'm actually going to hamstring him.
Are you doing that full damage?
Yeah, I'm actually trying to damage him too.
You got him because he's suffering to his.
That's right, he's wounded.
Yes, he's wounded, and plus he's laying on the ground, busted up.
So I'm gonna just run up and I'm just gonna hamstring him. So that at this point, there's no way he's getting away. Is he alive still?
Not with his severed ankle.
Oh yeah. Okay. So at this point now, he's got a severed. So when I go to cut his hamstring, I'm actually gonna sever his artery.
He dies just for the shock itself kills him.
Oops.
And you guys are in the middle, and you look around, and you are all being watched by like Etta. You're kind of a little bit in their marketplace, in their alley. Excuse me. In their marketplace, and they're probably ranging from all ages, kind of looking at you from all these little carts and stuff, and they're ooh, and they kind of veer away when your eyes reach them, and they're not paying attention, see nothing.
I'm going to pull authority figure, and I'm going to yell out, "Imperial business! Which way did the Kakita magistrate go?"
All of a sudden, you hear as a lot of them start dropping to their knees, and they kind of call out, "Oh, he went that way," but they're not raising their arm to point. No, he's in the next alley heading north. He was chasing a girl. You get all kinds of like calls as they try to answer your question, and you know they're scared.
Is there a common element between what they tell me?
Correct. There is a common element, and they're pointing. You get as you break it down. A lot of them will say that they've gone to Ian's house, and you get that it's to the northeast, and then it's a large, and then they stop, and then you hear it's a geisha house. You had a geisha house.
Northeast. And I'll turn and I'll just bolt.
Hey, what are you doing there?
I'm following him at this point. He's on the trail of something, and I'm not getting left out here in the middle of all these Edda.
Yes, your hair starts to rise on your forearms and the back of your neck as Etta are seen everywhere. They're eating. They're playing with their dirty children. They are everywhere.
Whatever you do, Clay, don't forget I have failure Bushido compassion. I do not.
I know. They are everywhere.
I'm imagining the scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Dennis the constitutional peasant, when there's the woman playing in the filth.
Now I can't help but think about dried apple dolls, and those things are just, oh my god, creepy. Thank you. Now I'm gonna go to sleep with that image in my head, Clay. You bastard.
It's all good. It's all good, fellas. Okay, you guys walk for a little bit. You have no idea where he went or what their directions are, but you are, by the descriptions of the northeast, north, and the size, you come to a room, not a room, but a building, and it's got the stereotypical Edda house. It's large, possibly a warehouse or a storage area that has been converted to an entertainment establishment. And outside, you hear and see people talking, and then when you approach, they kind of amscray. You know that whole "let's be nosy," and then when they see the cops come, they kind of look the other way and kind of do, and they move out of your way. You're before this building, and you hear it says, "This is the place you were told to be."
All right. Well, I will pull out my Tetsubo and enter.
Is it lacking one Kakita when we walk through the door?
When you walk inside, you actually see stairs going in the back end. You see probably 2 or 3 tables. You see some Edda eating, gambling, fondling the girls. This is a bad place to be. Really shitty. Not as bad as the other place that the Crane had run into earlier, the other PC. But as you come inside on the stairway, you see, as soon as you enter, you see your quarry. You see the guy that matches the description of the makeshift armor and everything else. And he's on the stairwell. As he sees you, he runs upstairs. And it's enough where you could get to the stairway this turn if you wish to go that far, but you won't be able to do anything to him by the distance in your movement. But he sees you. Damn you! Damn you, magistrates! And it looks like he's got one of the girls there with him, and he pushes another out of his way. And you notice that there's a commotion coming up. Think of this one-story building, but think of a building that's got maybe a shack on top, maybe condos in a big city. It's got a shack up top that maybe the janitor or someone could live in or store items in. It looks like that's where they're going, possibly the madam or the Mama-san's room. But he's going upstairs. What do you guys do? And it looks like he's got a dagger or a tanto out, holding the girl hostage as he goes upstairs.
I'm going to curse under my breath and look at the magistrate with the, we have to go up there and do something look.
Indeed, I'll nod and I'll start goose stepping. Think of like Conan in like the old Conan the Barbarian movie. He's like walking like a panther, one leg after another. I'm going very slow because I don't trust the stairs. I'm looking to see if there's an ambush or anything at the top of it.
Okay, and 1 second, fellas. My thing just glitched on me, so give me half a second to deal with it.
Why do I have a feeling I'm about to get us both killed?
Sorry about that. My thing is acting up. Give me 1 second to correct. Okay. So what are you going to do, Crab? Are you heading up?
Indeed, slowly.
And I'm not going any faster than he is, right behind him, literally a step below him.
Okay, he's able, as you go up, two things are going to happen. Come on. Yeah, blasted keyboard. One second, I'm just finishing up.
Don't tell me he pulls a Big Trouble in Little China and knocks me backwards on a chair.
Nope. What he ends up doing is, as you come down and you're going up, he sees you coming. You're making your way up. You're about halfway up. He's at the open doorway. He tosses the woman at you, pushing her forward, and shuts the door behind him. So
I dodge.
So you're just gonna dodge. You're not gonna take it, try to catch her. You just dodge and let her. Okay, she stumbles to the down and breaks her neck.
Wait, he dodged. I didn't. So
What are you gonna do? You're coming up behind. She's stumbling down. You hear a crunch. You're gonna catch her.
I'll try to catch her.
Okay. Go ahead and give me. I'll give you if you have jujitsu or jujitsu.
I do not, so this will be really funny.
Okay. Give me an agility check then.
This is agility at 3K3, no rerolls on exploding dice. 20.
Okay. You catch her, but the target number I needed was 5 more. She cracks her head. She does not die, nor does she break her neck, but she is lucid and limp in your arm. She is dead weight, but alive.
That's fine. I'm going to set her on the stair right below me, up against the wall, the best I can, and try to prevent her from slumping over down the stairs.
Okay.
She was just to clarify, she was a concubine, right?
She's probably a whore in this.
Okay.
Situation.
It doesn't matter. She's an innocent civilian caught in the middle of a criminal scheme.
Oh, it matters. It matters a lot.
Okay, the door is closed. It's a Soji screen that's closed.
True.
Dark. What are you going to do? With what he did and act, you are able to act first and go up, but he will still be pushing the girl aside and be around behind you.
Oh, I'm kicking. Yeah, I mean, I dodged the whore and then kicked the Soji screen.
Okay, you open it up. Inside, you see a room. It's got not rotted, but dirty pillows. Think of a very used prostitute. It's got pillows and the napkins and everything else. It's scraps, been dirty, probably been a while. You notice that the mama-san laying there, all in her glory, probably very old. And you see probably a young kid who's just popped himself, probably just lost his virginity. And what you see in for you is the bandit and the kid. Do you see the bandit and the kid?
And I can act. Oh, I see him like that. Okay.
So you see him like that. I'll move him and make him just slightly bigger. But you see him, and he's standing there holding the kid. The kid is naked, exposed himself. The bandit's holding him. Stop, or he's dead. Stop, or he's dead, then the magistrate.
Kenpachi thinks to himself, at least he had a taste of the sweet And I look at the woman that he had sex with. At least he had a taste of the nectar one time.
Not sure that was sweet.
Yeah. I say though, what I say to him, Clay, is I say, I'm going to tell you this once, and you better listen. Put the boy down and surrender, or I am going to kill you. There isn't going to be a negotiation.
Okay, Okoto, since you're talking, he's wanting to talk too. He's my only leverage. Silence didn't say anything about no damn Emerald Magistrate or some damn line coming or damn fucking Crane Magistrate. What the hell? It's
Is he
just not.
Um,
He says that out loud, and he's digging that Tonto into that guy's neck. And
is he an Edda? Is the boy an Edda?
can't tell.
I will
Okay.
say,
And there are no clothes around.
I tell him, he ain't leverage. I'm telling you once again. Turn the boy away, or you're going to force my hand.
you're starting to sound more and more like like that freaking koala dude.
Those voices aren't anything alike. I don't know where you're getting that.
I didn't say the voice. I said you're starting to sound more and more like him.
Imperial Magistrate's is not gonna barter with a terrorist.
This is true, but I can't.
Okay, so I need initial rolls from you guys. You've now made enough since the Emerald Magistrate was able to get him to talk, so the Akota will be able to respond in the same round. Initiative.
Woo! 33. Bash has got a skull in. Andrew, Bash has got a skull in.
All right.
Oh, I got to roll for kid too. What'd you get?
28.
Yay for the combat monster. I'll just wind up having to hold my action because you're kind of in my way.
Okay, so Akoto, you're going to wait. You're in the doorway. Again, he's too big for you to pass by, but you can see what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to wait until the crab gives me enough space to get past him.
Crab, your turn.
Oh, I fucking warned him. Call shot to his head.
Oh, Lord. That's a tough shot when you're injured.
That'll take your 3.
Ow. Ow.
Okay.
Oh, that actually hurt like hell.
And I'm in battle stand. I'm full attack.
There you go.
7. All right, let's see what we got here. 6. 52.
52. Massively hit him. Massively.
Okay. I fucking warned the guy.
Yes, you did. That is true.
Explosions. 17. All right, I hit him. Ooh, SF for one better. I hit him for 35.
Okay. You hit the guy, and you go ahead and describe the kill, but I'll tell you what else happens.
So what I do is I hold the Tatsubo up one last time. I'm like, I'm warning you, the boy's not leverage. And I see him like tighten his hand a little bit, pushing the Tano into the boy's neck. And then I do a feign, like Obi-Wan style feign, only it ain't Anakin that follows up the attack. I roll over, bring that Tatsubo up around my head, and smack him underneath the left side of his chin and rip his head off of his neck.
Oh, God. Okay.
Damn it, I want you to describe it as going down, and then you would have hurt the boy. Okay, his head just comes flying off, ripped from it by the jade bits that are coming to it, and flops neatly next to the madam. The madam starts to scream as his head is staring at her with his lifeless eyes. The boy is just being covered in blood as he falls back by the weight, the stiffness of the arms clenching. His neck does get a little cut, but he survives. The boy falls on top of the headless corpse. You have successfully killed this bandit. What are you guys going to do?
I exhale as I walk in.
I'm going to go ahead and walk in. Is the madam still screaming?
Yes. And all of a sudden you hear girls screaming down below because of the girl that they're investigating that's got a cracked skull. They think she's dead, but she's not. You were able to stop
I
her.
am going to very forcefully tell the madam to shut it. And that is an order.
She looks at you and your dirty look and everything else. She looks damn straight, and let's see if she can keep her composure and continue screaming. We
If
say
she doesn't shut up, I'm gonna knock her out with the fucking hilt of my katana.
two, okay, 2, and she needs a 10. Oh, she does not. She
She's gonna.
continues laying there screaming. She doesn't even cover herself. She's just screaming, staring at the head of the bandit.
I asked
And
her. She's a lower caste. I don't really like lower caste. I'm gonna knock her out with the fucking hilt of my katana.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit and then roll damage. Tell me how much damage you're doing.
Okay. 10K 3 for the attack, 6K 2 for the damage. Okay, I'm 45 to hit for 2 damage. Wait, there's no way in hell my damage dice were fucked up on that, good sir.
I'll let you re-roll.
Yeah, I just got to re-roll the damage. Yeah, no, sorry.
I think she's prone and she's naked.
Okay.
What's the free raise?
25 points of damage. 25 points of damage, Clay.
Are you taking that?
Yeah, I do get a free raise on her.
Oh, for damage or for the hit? You massively didn't.
For the hit, I get a free raise. So I just walk up, and I don't even pull punches. I just clock her upside the side of the head with the very end of the fucking.
With your knowledge in medicine, there, Emerald Magistrate, as he does that, he concaves the side of her head.
Oops. I tried to pull it. I legitimately tried to pull that blow.
He sighs. He sighs very loudly. And I straighten and I gain my composure. I look at the boy and I say, "Boy, are you okay?"
He looks at all this and defecates on himself. He looks back up at you and says, it was only a koku," and then passes out from he's laying on a dead body. He's covered in blood. He's just shit himself. And this guy just caved in the woman he just had sex with. Passes out.
He'll live, I think. And I'll turn.
In the most crass way possible, I'm going to poke the madam and say, "Unfortunately, she won't."
Your blow was very solid, a little too solid perhaps, but it struck true. There's something that's bothering me about this, though, Akoto. Where's the magistrate? I did not see the Kakita.
Well, Clay, I'm going to remember that symbol on that guy's mask, and I'm going to look at the Emerald Magistrate and say, he said the silence. Could he possibly mean Shishiro Rin?
It's possible.
I mean, I'm going to put the accusation out there, but more as a question than an accusation. Because I know I'm not supposed to just drop accusations like that.
Indeed, I cannot eliminate the possibility.
So you got some nervous people downstairs. And you hear them shuffling about and kind of trying to peek in and look what's going on, but not having enough courage to do so yet. What do you guys want to do with these dead bodies? The dead bandit, the passed out kid, and the dead madam.
Is there any way I can frame this fucking thug for the murder?
I think the boy saw it. But we could try to play it off like he was all pumped up on adrenaline.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're the Emerald Magistrate. You could always cover this, but just say it happened in the heat of the moment that I was trying to save her.
Yeah, I'll say, as I'm looking at the crime scene, I'll say, "Don't worry, we'll solve this in paperwork."
Pretty much. I may have just caused an incident here on accident.
You guys going to do anything else up there, or are you guys going to search?
No, I think we've done enough damage to this NPC area.
Now, why did he bring... I can't figure out why he brought the boy here. Yeah, does the Mama-san, does she have clothing around? I'm guessing where she dropped them.
You see the boy's ragged clothing in her very bad exotic kimono, probably hundreds of years ago, was worth something, or the fashion. It's off to the side. If you're just taking a chance glory glance, go ahead and give me a investigation roll.
Yeah, so what I want to inspect the clothes for is because I want to see if there's anything tying the Mama-san and her operation here to the bandits.
Depending on how high you roll, I'll give you some information. You can make it to a Kodo if you want. Unless
Okay.
you're just you cracked your skull and said, "Hey, I'm done here. I've done my duty," and go walk away.
I got a 37. I actually rolled pretty good on that.
No, Clay, I actually want to look around this place. It's 21. I didn't roll real well.
Okay, with the 21, I'll give the Kodo his stuff first. Kodo, you're looking around and you see bulges and different things in the kimono of the bandit kind of sticking out. You see
Yep.
parchment and different things that kind of have got your attention. But other than that, not much. Crab, you notice the same thing, that there are items within his robes. You see the scroll. You see a pouch that looks like it's tied around his neck with other items inside. Other than that, you really don't notice anything else.
Hey, Clay, is anything I find inside of that guy's kimono, would it be abnormal for somebody of a lower caste?
The scroll itself would be. They wouldn't have this kind of scroll written. It's in decent paper. They would
Okay.
have some scraps and whatnot. This actually looks like it's in a case.
Okay.
Not a great case, but a case. And you see the pouch, the bulge of a pouch. You actually see the pouch there, Crab. So it's up to you guys what you want to do.
Check
Well,
the pouch for sure.
He's going to check the
Okay.
pouch. I'm going to try to read the scroll. I'm going to roll it out and read it.
We'll go with the scroll first on this one. You poke the scroll, and it looks like a manifest for it's a merchant's manifest. And as you scroll by and look at it, you notice that it is a manifest for. All right, you found the manifest. As you open it up, you see it is a receipt from a Shishiro warehouse. It's got a manifest of items. You also notice that these items are masks, noise poppers, and as you read it, and you're kind of wondering, it's got the an address on it to a Doji Juzo, Doji Usina, and a Daidoji Atonino. And something's clicking. It's not clicked yet, but something's clicking. It looks like it's a manifest for delivery. And the name Juzo sounds familiar to you. I'll let you roll to see if you remember that, or if you can remember that yourself without rolling.
I think I do. That was the name of the guy that came up and thanked us right after the Oni attacked us, correct?
Correct. And you think that those were his other two compatriots, probably a relative of his own family and probably a relative of the clan, the Daidoji. And it's got an address for these goods to be delivered.
Okay. I'm definitely going to sock that away. I'm not going to say anything to the magistrate now while he's searching. I'll wait until he's got a couple of minutes free before I discuss what my suspicions are here.
You, magistrate, as you open this up, find something as well. As you search, you find a piece of paper that's been rolled up, and it again, it's again another manifest. It looks like this might have been from someone else. Excuse me. That it looks like the same manuscript, but it's been torn in half as if it was hastily given. You also see inside of the pouch Tenkoku and the Mon of the Crab.
Mon of the Crab? Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
I leave the Koku.
Okay, you leave the Koku. Not a problem.
And yeah, I'll walk back over then to Akodo and show him the Mon and the manifest.
It matches yours, Akodo.
Okay. I'm I'm going to tell him that this is a very clear issue. Somebody is trying to set all of the clans against each other. And that whoever's behind it is clearly doing a good job. We weren't meant to find this.
Correct. I tend to agree. I wonder where Kakita is, though. It still troubles me that he was not here.
Yeah,
Perhaps
I agree
we
with.
can...
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, perhaps we can find some more answers downstairs.
Okay. You guys make it back. You guys heading back to the Orange Blossom?
Yes, I think that's the best thing for us to do. We have some problems to resolve here.
Yep. I will, as we exit this brothel, if I see anyone on the bottom floor, I will kind of in passing ask them if they've seen the Kakita.
Nobody is. Nobody tells you that they've actually seen him. Some do. Some of the kids say, and they kind of say that he's returned to the city.
Okay. Yeah, and the first time we pass a member of the Thunder Guard or anybody, I will give them directions to come clean up the dead bodies or find the Edda to do it.
The Edda that you're talking to Edda or Thunder Guard. Who are you talking to?
I would give the order to a Thunder Guard to notify the Edda.
You give you inform the Thunder Guard to notify the other and do the bodies, and we'll round it up. Ida-sama.
Hi. I'll give him a little
And
bit
as
of a
you
bump.
guys get back, you notice that again, all the streamers, all the lanterns, everybody's getting prepared, and the hour's about over. The hour of the rooster's about over. All of what you've done, the time you spent. And when you get back, you notice as you open the Soji screen that is haphazardly repaired. You notice that the center room, it looks like he's kind of reorganized a little bit and have taken out the dirt. It looks like he was able to get some of the either Thunder Guard or hire some of the other gangs to help him clean up. Mm-hmm. And inside you see Hamamatsu is standing over his wife, glaring in a direction as you guys open the door and step through. And you notice as you step through a larger man, probably larger than you, Crab, because I don't think you have the large advantage, do you?
No.
This man is large. Is standing over and across the way. You notice that he has in his arm, in his grip, and has a katana against her throat, is Yoko. And she has been beaten down. You notice that Hamamatsu's wife has also been beaten, and he's standing over her, and he looks like he's wielding a broom. And it looks like he broke the end of it to get a point. He looks like he's ready to either defend his wife or try to help. But again, this bandit that you've been chasing is standing over Yoko. And it looks like he's been waiting. And what he says is this, before I end it for the night. Let me go, Hida Kampachi-san, or the woman dies. I know who she is to you. I know what she does for you. I know it all. And then he kind of frantically looks at the two of you. You notice a weird gleam in his eye. He says, I'll end her pain now, my friend. I'll end yours as well. Before this night is done, this city will hear the echoes of 1,000 screams. Initiative, and we cut there.
If this guy's trying to make a case for why I shouldn't kill him, he probably should have led with I know everything.
Let me check on
that initiative roll sucked balls, so I'm going to start off on this combat really poorly.
Oh, do you want us to roll initiative now?
No, Kyle, I'm just going to take it we'll start there and re-roll. I'm just ending it.
Okay, that's fine. Good. That's probably not a bad thing.
In the broadcast, and I hope everyone had fun. I hope people that watched it as well. Goodbye.
Yeah, it was a good game.